Good morning, Sassy Fam. Welcome to your Thursday check-in. I hope you're well and happy Thanksgiving. Yay! Happy Thanksgiving. For those of you who acknowledge the holiday, you participate. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. If you're traveling, if you're on the road, may it be safe, happy travels. And if you're hosting like me, I'm sure it will be a beautiful event where everyone is well fed and well loved. Yeah? And for those of you, it's a regular Thursday for you, I hope that you are fabulous. But yeah, there you go. Today is Thanksgiving. So before we get into it, today's check-in, Celtic Cross. Like always with Celtic Cross, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if a second energy pops up on your board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. Oh, you guys, yes, happy Thanksgiving. So it is absolutely a custom in my household to express what we are grateful for. So let me take this moment to express my gratitude to you all. Thank you so much for being part of this channel, this sassy fam, if you will. My viewers, my subscribers, my commenters, thank you all so much. Literally, this channel could not be what it is without you. We don't just do tarot around here. We don't. We have tarot with style, if you will. Tarot with personality. Tarot with an edge. Tarot with sass. Thank you all so much for bringing your energies to this channel and everything that means, It means a lot to me. I'm thinking about what I'm doing as of this moment. So Thursday, 7 a.m., no doubt. No doubt, yours truly, currently, hasn't gotten dressed yet. I'm still in bathrobe slippers. And I'm no doubt full-on food prep. That's just where we are. House is clean. House is as clean as it's going to get. The past several days, that has to be done in stages because it's not just regular clean. No. It's deep clean. Yes. Okay. For all the guest area, the kitchen. Okay. I have to have everything just so. We're all about the food now. We are zoned into that. I've got timing, cooking schedules, temperature schedules. This year's menu is not as aggressive as in past years, but I decided to go ahead and opt in for Cornish hens, saving the turkey for Christmas. For the most part, I keep it a traditional menu, but every now and again, I'll do something a little different. I remember distinctly a couple Thanksgivings I've done like New York strips. Right, instead of poultry at all. So, but everything around it though typically stays the same. And I tell you what, honey, my stuffing is the number one item. I always end up making 3, sometimes 4 times the amount needed because people will come by for it. I kid you not. Family, neighbors. Hey, Christina, by any chance you do that stuffing again this year? Just ask. You don't have to ask. I make it in advance. Honestly, this time of year, I will give out stuffing as opposed to, say, baked goods or cookies or treats or something to my neighbors. It's just standard stuffing. And I add, to be fair, a rather copious amount of smoked bacon. And sauté Swiss chard. Whatever your standard herbs are, I double it. That's what makes all the difference. So, onion, garlic, just rosemary, sage, all that. Whatever it is, I double it. It makes a big difference. Be generous with your chicken stock. And yeah, it's like my number one requested item. What else am I doing? We got the corn. We got the variation of green beans. We got the crescent rolls. We got some pies. Couldn't make the pies this year. I just ran out of time, but that's okay. I got good sources on my pies. So if I can't make them, oh yeah, I got a trusted pie source, baby. Yeah, I'm picky about the pies. And see, what else? That's about what, it's just all your standard stuff, There's always that one person in the family, that weirdo who loves cranberry. I know, I'm about to say something controversial. I can feel it. There's always, I said weirdo, that's my bad. There's always that person who prefers canned cranberry sauce instead of like homemade. And there's always that one person, and I try to cater to that one person's preference. I do. Most people preferred the real kind. I said it. So there's always stuff like that. Oh, and one of my favorite things is my pecan sweet potato casserole. It is absolutely delicious as a leftover. Oh my gosh. And the flavors marinate overnight. Guys, I'll tell you what, there's nothing like a good sweet potato casserole. Brown sugar, butter, pecan, cinnamon, and you want to kick it up a notch just a little bit, insider tip, like a tablespoon or 2 of orange juice. Trust me, doing it for years. I never have any leftover candied sweet potatoes, I'll tell you that right now. Try it. Splash of orange juice. No more than 2 tablespoons. You'll love it. Oh, I just want to mention, because sometimes inevitably the message falls on a holiday. All right. You know, real tarot is real life. And I always want to see happy things for people, or the simple things, or just really basic confirmation. But sometimes it goes there. You know that, right? Real tarot is real life. And sometimes it goes there, even on the holidays. And if it's too heavy, long story short, don't worry about it. Don't watch it. Okay? I'm here for you on a day where perhaps you might need a break. Maybe a 5, 10, 15-minute break. That's why I'm here. So if you check your message out today and you don't like what you see, it's not the break you needed, get back to it later, don't watch it at all. So if the message is too real, on a day you don't need it to be, guys, don't put yourselves through it. Put it away for later, or like I said, not at all. All right? I'm here for you today. That's all I'm saying. And that's always true for holiday messages, because there's some that when I do them, I'm just like, oh man, why did it have to be on like the Thanksgiving or Valentine? Oh God. Oh, honey, let me tell you, when the hard messages come through for Valentine's, I feel it in my soul, because I don't want to see those things for you, but real tarot is for life, and who am I to deny the message? That's my thinking, that's my responsibility. But I tell you what, there's this one thing where I get screwed over. The Sunday check-ins on Super Bowl Sunday. It's interesting. Holiday messages do surprisingly well, except one. No one, and I mean nobody, can compete with Super Bowl Sunday. It's not possible. Yeah, the power of Super Bowl Sunday is such there is no point in me putting out messages that day. So I'll get to that later. That's another discussion. Maybe I'll do a Saturday. I'll do a Saturday this year, I think. For the most part, though, it's the holidays, guys. So if it's not your message, you don't want to deal, you don't want to hear, go check out some, online kitties and ASMR or Bob Ross or something. You'll be okay. You've already figured this out. There was no shorts this week. I simply put, did not have the time. I think you understand that. I know you understand that. And I appreciate your understanding in advance. But yeah, there will be a Sunday check-in. And I will see you at your sign today. You guys take care, be well, and happy holidays. Leo, what's up? What's going on? Show me, Leo. First card down, the Emperor, crossing, 9 of Wands, crowning you, the Hermit. Okay. Page of Swords in the past, exiting, 7 of Cups, before you, 4 of Swords. Okay. Okay. Strengths, 6 of Cups, beautiful. Knight of Pentacles in your environment, yeah. The Tower, hopes and fears, 10 of Cups is the outcome. It's interesting. You're showing me empowerment straight away with the Emperor there, crossing, 9 of Wands. Hermit's at your crown, loosely translated, like I'm letting my guard down. I'm not saying you're letting your standards down, okay? I'm saying you're just kind of letting your guard down. The energy's softening a little bit. It looks like you were in fight mode for a while, okay? On guard, defensive. For a while. But the Hermit at your crown, that's not where you want to be. Okay? You also want to use your empowerment to live life in a gentle way, in a peaceful way, in a calm way, where you're not always so defensive, firm. Okay? You also want peace too. And it's been with you for a while. Yeah, that kind of fight mode that you have, like a switch for you. It's been on for a while. Now you're learning to flip it off because you want to. You want to. You want more peace. You want more calmness, more serenity. Okay? You want to walk your path more quietly. That's been with you, and that's also a form of empowerment. It's not just about how long and hard you can fight something. Okay? Page of Swords is in the past, 7 of Cups here's on the exit. There's something here that you don't F with anymore, whatever that is. You don't look at it anymore. You don't give it any more of your emotional self. You don't feed it, not even in a small way. Yeah, there's something here in the past you used to keep your eye on, and you no longer give to it. Once upon a time, perhaps you saw it as an option. And now those days are behind you. You no longer do. It no longer represents a source of mental and emotional energy for you. You let that go. And perhaps that's one of the reasons why you had your guard up. It's like I was challenging myself to stop looking backwards. Okay? There's not a lot here, but I know at some point in your past you looked backwards towards what looked like maybe a sense or desire for emotional fulfillment, but nothing was there. You would look back at it and you're just like, oh, there's still nothing there. And perhaps that's why you were so guarded for such a long time. Trying to teach yourself, correct yourself maybe from looking back in the past or giving it any space for emotional expression. Okay? You don't need to do that so much anymore. The Four of Swords before you, beautiful. Good. Really speaks to what it is you're trying to achieve. More peace, more calm, more serenity. Okay. More time to reflect on yourself and your own sense of personal growth and path. You know, it kind of looks like this is a habit you had to force yourself to stop in some way interacting with. Because 9 of Wands. Okay? Repetitive behavior pattern. Ideally, it's because you're holding out for something. Or it could be a useless show of force. For you, I think you were trying to be firm with yourself to stop giving to that past element in some way. And you've accomplished that. And like I said, you can let your guard down now, okay? You seem to be very calm, considerate. And reflective of you and what you have managed to learn and achieve for yourself. So this is good stuff, okay? Take this time for yourself. It's coming up for you. Okay, I want you to rest and specifically think about how far you've come, all right? 6 of Cups is in your strengths. You very much value your bonds. They're important to you. I'm not saying it as one person. That could be many folks. You're saying your bonds are a huge source of strength for you. A big reason why you are who you are, why it is that you do what you do, is because of your connections, your core connections, the ones that mean the world to you. You say it's a source of strength for you. I'm glad that you know that. I'm glad you know who your people are. Okay, that's a big motivator for the Leo I'm looking at. Knight of Pentacles in your environment. No rush in there. I like that. Continue on. Very steady path. Whatever that is to you, continue to build into it step by step. It seems that when it comes to your environment, you have a deliberate course of action, a very specific blueprint that you abide by. Excellent. Well done. The Tower, hopes and fears. A little bit of fear there about anything unexpected. Okay, 10 of Cups is in the outcome. It looks like all is well. Okay, all is quiet on the Western Front between you and yours. So there's a fear in you for some reason. This fear of something crashing down or crashing in, anything unexpected. Because I think I see why. It looks like a fear that's in the back of your kind of spirit, if you will. You have no reason to believe anything's coming. It's just, now that you've kind of found this quiet space, this calm space, you don't want anything to fuck it up, right? It looks like all is well for you. You've done a remarkable job, okay, of living empowerment as you best understood it, to turn your back on something and not give it any more attention, view, or visibility. You've done well. You're calmly healing. You're following a path that makes sense to you and it's steady. It shows up in your environment that way. Your bonds mean everything to you. So yeah, it's kind of like everything is quiet and peaceful and calm. I don't want anything to get up with the Tower there. Calm for you and yours. You told me. Your 6 of Cups, your 10 of Cups, your inner circle, your family, friends. They mean everything to you. It's like you're good, they're good. Please, no towers. I understand. So you're showing me the fear there. That's it. The fear. Okay. Again, once more, I'm not saying it as you have reason to suspect Tower. It's just I don't want anything screwing this up right now. I'm in a good place. My people are in a good place. I hear you. Oh, I get it. that makes sense. It's reasonable. I'm going to get some advice for you. Oh. And Four of Cups, unhappy. The Hierophant, Five of Wands. There is conflict, okay, at some point. And something here that just on the forefront looked emotionally exhausting. And you're showing me elements of commitment to that. That does not have to mean, marriage. There's a lot of confusion around that commitment. Clearly you're a Leo who's committed to your family and your bonds. It's a big part of who you are. That is commitment. Spiritual commitment, emotional commitment. So you're saying there was something here that you tried to show devotion to resolve with, but it made you increasingly unhappy. Four of Cups, Five of Wands. You tried to fix it. You tried to present solutions, and it just seemed to create more problems, and so you backed out of it. And you had to learn the hard way to leave it alone. Because here with the Emperor and also with the Hierophant, it's like, I feel like it's part of my responsibility, my duty, to bring peace into this realm. And that's not happening. It's like, so it's, the more I try, the worse it gets. So we had to learn to leave it alone. Okay. Stop looking at it. Stop giving it your emotional self and your mental self. I don't know who that was to you. Could have been a couple folks. But I can see that you really did try, because you felt it was your responsibility to do so. Which means you also had to learn to stop fighting for a cause that would not have you. Okay? Sorry, the camera's a little extra shaky today. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Six of Cups. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I can see that the Six of Cups is in your strengths. Again, typically what you do is that you like to provide workable solutions. If there's an element of I don't know, we figure it out. We put work into it, we figure it out. But you're saying I'll do whatever it takes. Okay, to create that kind of harmony. I know. So here's what we want to do. Put that good work to resolving issues with the people who also show you that same level of skill or practice or appreciation. That's why they're your people. Okay? And if something or someone is that closed off, then let them be. Okay? It may not always be like that, but it's like that for now. Three of Cups, yeah, connect to those who want to connect. Okay, in a good way, in a positive way, in a healthy way, that want to celebrate. All right, we are in that time of celebration now, you know? Yeah. For those who want to make it work, they'll work with you. They'll respond. They'll reciprocate. They'll connect. Again, I'm not saying it tied down to one person. This is very open-ended. Okay? You got lots of folks in there, and you care about all of them. But there's one that we had to stop pointing our sight to and stop trying to emotionally be open to. Because the more we tried, the worse it got. So again, put all that energy into those who can return it to you. Okay? That are likewise invested. That want the peace and pathway like you do. They don't want the drama. They want the calm. They want the health, you know? The healthiness of it all. Okay, very good. Oh, yes. Be open to receive. You have a lot of good energy and intent and connectivity coming towards you. Be open to it. The healthy ones. All right? The ones that remind you you're emperor with a cause. All right? These are the ones that are worth protecting. These are the ones that are worth working with, harmonizing with. You've got your peace with them. Concentrate on that. Okay? I know you don't want anything to screw it up. I know. So be open to receive the good stuff. You deserve it. And Ace of Swords, also know your truth. Okay? And there might be a strong sense of air influence in here today. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay? Either within you or externally outside of you. But regardless, be open to your Ace of Swords. Know your truth. Be prepared to act on it. Okay? Be prepared to speak unto it. New perspective. Okay? Be open to new perspective for you. How to approach this. I see that you've done that. Okay? Continue to be open to new perspective. It's a gift. It's a gift. B, H, S. We have the medallion of Capricorn, Taurus, Aries. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to other season, might be important to you. And then we also have, case in point, Dove, sign of peace. That's what your emphasis is. So again, this work that you would put into your more precious connections, if it's returned to you, that's a winning formula. Okay, and that's how we create peace. I see there's a background noise here where we felt it was very much our duty with the Hierophant there. Try to fight that fight and raise spirits and make things work. They might be a relative to you or someone of importance to you, but they're not willing to return the perspective or the good feeling. So let that alone for now. Get back to that later, if at all. For now, live in that state of peace. Be at peace. Ask yourself, did I do everything I possibly could, and was it done so with the best intent? Yes or no? Okay? The answer is yes. Be at peace. Be at peace. All right, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? And happy birthday. What's going on? Happy birthday, Sagittarius. Show me Sagittarius, please. Uh-oh. Star, strength. For some of you, the strength to pursue a far-reaching goal. Something that means a lot to you. Okay, first card down. 4 of Cups, crossing, King of Wands. 10 of Cups is your crowning. Past is the 8 of Wands, exiting the Lovers. Oh dear. Okay. The Chariot in your future, nonetheless. Okay. Strength, 2 of Cups. Beautiful. Environment, Knight of Swords. Hopes and fears, the Empress. The outcome is the 9 of Cups. You're showing me you're unhappy. 4 of Cups. Very. King of Wands, you have mixed feelings on it. Okay. Sometimes it angers you. Sometimes it saddens you. Some days you don't know which way to feel, one way or the other. It still kind of provokes in you a certain intensity that can represent that passion, that chemistry. And then, we get reminded of the sadness, and it kind of, again, puts us in that space of frustration, anger, upsetness. And you don't want that. You don't want that emotional drama on the inside. You don't. You want everything to be well. You do. 10 of Cups is at your crown. 10 of Cups is your inner circle, your family, your friends, loosely translated. And I have no doubt if you could, you would count that person in there as well, as someone that you harmonize with. That's currently not the case. Okay? But I see that you value peace and harmony for you and yours. It's a priority for you. That everyone is getting along, having their emotional needs met, love, care, support. That includes you too. So it sucks then this outstanding connection hurts so bad. Okay? But I can see that your focus is, at least for the others in your life, that they're doing well. 8 of Wands in the past, communication, the Lovers, very strong connection. It looks like we're currently not communicating with them, and you know that because you're mad. You're pissed off about it. It still provokes a kind of sharp reaction in you, like I said, that sometimes feels outlandishly positive, but then also down, way down. Sometimes it runs in the negative, right? I know you don't want that internal feeling of, like I said, heightened drama, emotional heightened drama. I know, but that's where it is right now. Will it always be like that? I don't know. Hopefully, no. And then I see the Chariot before you in future. It's like, nonetheless, you must move forward. Okay? The Chariot moving forward in a powerful way. If we're able to resume communication with that strong connection, time will tell. But for now, I see you moving forward. Chariot, you must do. You must do. I'm not saying leave it behind. I'm not saying leave them behind. I'm saying simply you must move forward. Okay? Your heartbeat is too strong and too powerful to stay in this kind of mixed state. All right? Especially if you said the Ten of Cups is at your crown. That includes you too, like I said. You need to move forward in some way, even if it's for your own peace of mind and peace of heart. All right? Strength, Two of Cups. Oh, I see that. I see that. You're a big old love bug. You do believe in emotional harmony. I see that. You really want peace between you and yours. You know. And Two of Cups doesn't tell me too much, except that you do believe in emotional bonds and that they give you strength, which is beautiful. Okay, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's, again, you're emphasizing peace for all. And it sucks because you're like, that strong connection where you want peace the most, it's like it seems like you have it the least. So I'm not necessarily convinced that it's done or it's over. The communication has gone off or cold or distant for now. Okay? But yeah, you do believe in the strength of emotional bonds and emotional reciprocity, going back and forth with somebody. You do. It gives you strength. Knight of Swords in your environment, you busy. I see the Chariot in your immediate future, Knight of Swords in your environment. Many of you, perhaps simply put, are traveling right now. You're constantly on the road. Or perhaps you have hit a kind of busy pocket of activity where it seems like you're constantly on the go, to and fro. I understand. Very normal for this time of year. Yeah, so the fact that you showed me intense movement twice, yeah, that would obviously reflect in the environment in a way that says, I've got so much to do. And busy. So the Knight of Swords in your environment, it's like you really are taking care of business. Even though it's the sword, it's the conveyance of one's thoughts and actions and things like that. So you're just letting people know what's going on with you, where you can be, what you'll be doing, and your thoughts around all that. Okay, you're very busy. The Empress and the hopes and fears, that important person, are they still going to be our important person? Time will tell. So it's not just a strong connection to you, it's a very important person, a VIP, if you will, the Emperor, Empress. And then also, it reflects on your own sense of self-worth, my own empowerment. Is that intact? This connection, does it lend to my empowerment or does it take away? I feel strong that they're important to me. You believe that they have a very important role. You know? Will it continue to be? And myself, personally, how do I react in this connection? Does it bring out the best of me, yes or no? That's all in your hopes and fears. Do you hope for this connection? Yeah. Do you hope that this person will remain important, a person of importance in your life? Yeah. You're afraid it may not be. Reasonable. That's not a guarantee. It's not an absolute. It's just hopes and fears. It can be as small, as big, or as the reflection of one's worries. That's all. And you're worried about it. Okay? What are you like in their presence? What do you like out of their presence? And I know that you know what it's like out of their presence. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like shit. It gives you extreme conflicting emotions. So naturally, you can't help but wonder, does this connection represent solid empowerment for me too? Good. I want you to think about that. But nonetheless, I see you have things in reality that require your attention. Okay? So you're not done with this. You're not done working with this. You're not. You're just not. That's okay. Nine of Cups is in the outcome. There you go. I want you to focus a little bit more on you and your wish fulfillment. And what does that mean? What does that mean for you? What does it mean to love yourself? Okay? And is loving yourself loving this connection? Okay? Man, I see you ache. You ache really hard for this. I know. But you have some questions here of empowerment I want you to work through. And you might say that, yeah, this connection actually is quite empowering. I hear this a lot with authentic lovers connections. I never knew myself until I connected to them. In which case it is empowering. Okay? But that doesn't mean it's not challenging. It could be that you are just going through a very challenging period with them. But if it's not a form of wish fulfillment that leads to empowerment, then it was definitely a connection of influence. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's meant to be in your life. Okay, so there's a lot to contemplate here. A lot. But yeah, it's really going to come down to the self here. All right? And empowerment. And in the greater scheme of things, with someone who has a Two of Cups in their strengths and the Ten of Cups at their crown, you're going to want to concern yourself with prioritizing long-lasting, harmonious relationships. I know how it's making you feel now. Can it stand the test of time? Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Hermit. Oh my goodness, we ache. Sweet, actually. It's quite sweet. They're very attractive, yes. Oh, no doubt. The both of you attract each other. Knight of Cups, the Hermit. Oh my goodness. The sweet words of love and appreciation and healing with the Hermit. We wish to ease our heart space so much. Goodness me, we want nothing but to express our sweet, soft words that we would use with them. There's a conveyance here of beauty and how beautiful you are, or they to you, I don't know. This is what you bring out of me. This is how you make me feel. And the Hermit, this is what I've learned from you. This is what I see. This is what I've learned on my path. So this was a connection, and it had a huge learning component. So it is leaning a little bit more to the authentic side. Challenging, yes, but then it's not a lover's connection. It might teach you so much, but that usually requires a challenging element. When we're not challenged by our lovers, there's nothing to learn. And then they're a lover for the season, not a lover for the lifetime, you know. And that's how you know the difference. Yeah, there's that nasty little Four Cups. Okay, Five of Pentacles and the Moon. Yeah, it runs. See, this is very private to you. Very private. So no one else knows, huh? The family and friends, not really. They might get that sometimes you're down or a little checked out, but they don't know the full story. Four of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Moon. You take that to a sacred place. It's hard for you to talk about. It's like only with time, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we hope in time that the wall will come down. That's fair. We hope that, okay, so let's get some advice, please. It seems to me we had it. The most honest representation of what I've seen here is simply express the truth of love, beauty, and what we've learned. But, you know, I have Priestess. At the end of the day, you got to listen to yourself, you know. It is what it is. You got to listen to yourself. I have Priestess. You have to. There's only so much I can tell you except exactly that. Go within, listen to yourself. You know how you feel. You know what that connection does to you, but you can also say that it's not just the negative. It's like a lot of strong positive, too. And that's why I saw it so much wrapped up in your hopes and fears. Okay, Saggy. Listen to yourself. In the meantime, continue to move forward. There's things simply that require your attention and movement and activity, but you know that, right? Change. So again, a strong lover's connection asks us to change, to have the courage to change. There's nothing quite like it. I mean, it's how you know the difference between your kind of lover's standard issue, which is for the season, intense chemistry, sexual interaction, and then it kind of loses its pow. That's your kind of standard lover's connection that people think of. And then there's the kind that stays with you forever because it changed you. So you're showing me that, knowing this person changed me. Okay. The courage to change. Okay. Spring. Okay. It might be. Sure. I wasn't thinking about time frames, but sure. It might be spring. I'm not telling you to wait. I don't advise waiting ever, and if you're familiar with my work, you know that. That's the last thing I talk about is waiting. Waiting implies nothing. Patience, yeah. Consolidation, healing, reflection, sure. But that's not waiting. So I'm not telling you to wait. I'm saying there might be more activity by spring. Well then, let us hope spring comes early, huh? And that could be marked as early as February or Pisces season. FYI. 2 letters, R and S. Super more. K, R, S. We have the medallion of you, Leo, and Gemini. You might have any strong placements in your chart other than Sagittarius, obviously. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you. And then we have the peacock here. Yeah, some attraction. Someone's fond of their colors, their display. Someone can put on a bit of a show. You, them, maybe both you. And it's not just how you dress, right? It's not just dress, cologne, perfumes, makeups. It's also like, oh gosh, you know, people who show off in their athleticism, or people who I don't know, make it a bit of a show to do well at work. There's different ways of displaying and attracting, but it seems to be quite natural for one or both of you. Okay, we did say that, oh gosh, the beauty there is really real. Okay, perhaps you both share Sagittarius in your chart. All right, Saggy honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. What's going on? Show me Aries. All right, first card down, Page of Cups, crossing the moon. Oh my. Crowning, strength. 3 of Pentacles in the past, exiting the star. Yeah, 5 of Wands before you. Strength, justice. Yeah. Your environment, 3 of Cups. Good. You're not alone. Hopes and fears, 9 of Wands. I imagine 4 Swords is in the outcome. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I see you in the opening here trying to open up to something that makes you uncomfortable, but you're doing it. Page of Cups here. Okay, a little bit of emotionality, vulnerability, the expression of the emotional self. Towards the moon, a complicated subject. But I do see you trying to address it from the heart. So well done. You're being quite brave. Strength is at your crown. Good job. Really proud of you. That's good. It's not every day I see somebody actively take a trip down Moon Avenue, as I call it. It's very uncomfortable for the self. Never mind when other people are involved and other people are involved. But you're doing so with strength. You want to. I'm not saying you're thrilled about it, but you are showing me strength. I am resolved. So you could have used strength to push this away. You're using strength in this context to pull this towards you, to pull this moon subject towards you. I'm open. I can handle it. I can discuss difficult things. I want to. Okay? If it means working through any sort of fantasy, illusion, or secrets, fine, so be it. I'd rather know than have partial illumination on the subject. So here's the thing that messes with people about the moon is it's partial illumination. Yeah, there's truth in there. But it's cloudy. It's confusing. And it can be buried within the depths of the sea or partially obscured by the moon or the clouds that cover the moon. So it's like no matter where it is, be it in the ocean or in the air, you never seem to have a full idea of what you're working with. Yeah, so anyway, strength. I'm sorry, I can get lost on the moon. A lot of people can. There's just so much there. There's so much material between the heavens and the earth or the sea. There's so much going on. But strength, I want to know. I want to know. 3 of Pentacles in the past, the star, why something here didn't work out. Now, you're showing me Three of Pentacles. That could be anything from a friendship to a cooperative agreement to a project to work, entrepreneur, I don't know. But it's a working thesis, if you will, that involves more than one person. So we're looking at least 2 or 3 people, whatever, maybe more. It's up to you. But so long story short, being honest, why didn't this work out? We had such a strong vision here, and the vision's exiting. We started out with 1 or 2, not 1, obviously not, but 2 or 3 people, maybe more, that we had a crystal clear vision. What happened? That's all you want to know. What happened? We had a plan here. How, when, and where, and why did it go off page, get fucked up, something like that? You want to know. What happened to the vision? 3 of Pentacles is a pretty good springboard to start something. And it's just friendship, alliance, cooperation. Who knows, guys? It's a great place to start, though, especially if you have a dream. Okay? And this suggests we need others to create that dream. So what happened to the plan? Because the vision was so strong, but we've lost sight of the vision, and therefore lost sight of the cooperation argument. So it's going to come forward. This is what you were doing. This is why we were poking around in the moon. You said, I want to know. I want to know. I welcome the truth here. Just please be aware that what you learn is going to cause some friction. Okay? Being willing to look at uncomfortable things sometimes raises tensions. As the reasons why we got off script or page with this star become known to you, it can be upsetting. Right? But we had an agreement. This is where we started. Why did you do this? Was that deliberate? How could you have screwed that up? Why didn't you tell me sooner? We were all supposed to be on the same... Well, that's the whole point of going down the moon. You're going to receive clarification on some of these subjects, and some of which is going to piss you off. Right? 5 of Wands. But do keep in mind the reason you wanted to know, so perhaps you could fix it. Okay? But your reaction here is normal. Just please be aware. You get to choose your own level of participation. So I understand and appreciate you're going to learn some things here that are going to piss you off, but remind you, once more, you can handle it. Okay? And the whole point of this is discovery, to learn and possibly counter any negative effects about why this plan didn't work out. Okay? Or how it's still salvageable. But we need to get everybody back on a unified vision or a unified plan or a unified goal. Right? So I understand and I appreciate that tension. It's a natural reaction, but once more, you get to choose how you participate. Now, justice is in your strengths. Again, this is how I knew you were pulling that moon towards you instead of pushing it away. Someone who appreciates justice as a strength suggests, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to balance this fucking thing. Technically, legally, karmically, whatever it is, I'm trying to operate by the principles of correctness. And it's like, I cannot fix. What I do not understand is complete, or is broke, and when and where and why that happened, etc. Okay, so it's like, again, I'm trying to approach this from a space of fixing it. Good. 3 of Cups is in your environment. Yeah. I think you can get this thing reined back in. I do. Getting everybody back on the same page again. Honestly, if there was a second 3 of Pentacles in this deck, it would have been right here as well. So in this context, it's the same thing I'm looking at. While there will be frustrations, keeping in mind you did want to know, it was to get this star back into alignment. Because I don't think you're done with it. The vision, the dream, the goal, I don't think you are. No. But you need the help of others. Okay? To get this thing going again. That's the idea. I think you're doing it. I do. It's because you had a sense of balance in mind. That's why. Not to destroy it, not to tear it down, but how can we fix it and get it back on page or get it back on point? Okay? All right. 9 of Wands in the hopes and fears. Yeah. The frustration, like how bad is it going to get? How angry am I going to be? How much ass am I going to have to kick? Something like that. It's kind of like it's in the back. So the good news is it contained itself to a 5. So that's good. I'm happy to see that. So that was limited. That's good. That's good. It's like, how upset do I need to be? Yeah, it's anticipation over here. So you're afraid that you're going to be very angry by what it is that you learn. It doesn't seem to be that bad because you're able to start, again, getting it to realign, refocus, and regroup sooner rather than later. All right? And that's because the justice is in your strength. Beautiful. Well done. Four of Swords is in the outcome. I see you resting on this, which is good. You learned a lot. You're reflecting on this quite a bit, and you have a lot of material to work with. Okay? It actually puts you at peace. So you addressing this, getting to the bare bones of it, getting down to the nitty-gritty, you did great. All right? We had a little flare there. That's okay. Even you were like, I hope whatever this is I learned doesn't piss me off too much. Because, like, I might get sidetracked. Okay. But you also hope to be able to defend whatever this is. So, Nine of Wands for fire energy is a little different. It can be positive fight or negative fight. Very much so with fire signs. And I see that you want to have the energy to fight for this if there's still room for it, depending on what you learn. And it seems that you do. You don't want to get lost to the anger, though, because then you're fighting unnecessarily. So that didn't seem to happen. No. In fact, everything that's revealed puts you at peace because you're like, now I have a workable plan. I can salvage this. Okay? And that's going to give you a lot of ease right there. There it is. Cooperation. Confusion about that. Let's get some advice, please, for Aries. Page of Cups, right there on the opening, the Sun, the Three of Cups. Yeah, see, there you go. You'll be glad. You'll be glad. Glad tidings in the heart. The Three of Cups, by the time we get there, you'll be happy once more. Because there's that sense, okay, I righted the ship. We righted the ship. Everybody's back on the same page. Makes you very happy. So that tells me then you have immediate turnaround. So that's wonderful. Well done. Excellent. Aim with good connectivity, good grace in mind. We're doing this for a reason. We're bringing this together for a reason. All right, this is great. You have, therefore, actively managed to salvage this star. Okay, and whatever it is it represented to you. Whatever this is seems to have something thrown into the works sooner rather than later. In other words, just when you formed the band, somebody started having problems with the band right away. And you're like, come on, we agreed as teammates we would talk about any issues that came up. Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's talk about it. And it's like, well, I know you told me to take this $5,000 and purchase this particular equipment, but I didn't do that. What? You see what I'm saying? So it seems to happen sooner rather than later. If you're over here scratching your head, I don't know what you're talking about. That just means it doesn't apply to you. That's all. So check your other placements, because this one's actually incredibly straightforward, very specific, and it actually has a pretty darn quick turnaround. I like how you salvage, you and your people, whoever they are, salvage that star pretty freaking quick. But yeah, you had to get them teammates in order, let me tell you. Okay, the Hanged Man, Six of Cups, Queen of Swords in reversed. Excuse me, is reversed. All right. Oh, Two of Cups is in reverse. All right, somebody here made a decision or possibly acted upon that decision that they thought would not be a big deal to the other person. I see. Okay. Classic situation. I see that because we failed to take that person into consideration when we made a decision or took an action around a decision. We really did not think how the other person would feel. I see. So it looks like somebody definitely went off script. Perhaps they were not well tuned into the plan or what their role was, because there seems to be some confusion around somebody's role or how they were supposed to execute something. Simply, they were not thinking about how the other person would think or feel about that. Okay, that really is some classic misunderstanding stuff, it looks like to me. Okay. Again, nothing that cannot be corrected, and I mean corrected, and brought back together in a more happier way, in a more functioning way. Okay. Very, very quick turnaround on that. All right. Okay. Very quick turnaround on that one. I see a resolution for this one no later than the next full moon. No later. I mean, honestly, it can't be 4 weeks. Maybe it is. But I see you so comfortable out there. You're like, oh, I'm glad we put that to rest. Okay. Awesome. Okay. This might be something I'm thinking you had started last autumn, which was not... Well, actually, no, we're still technically in the fall, aren't we? My mind's already kind of fast-forwarded to winter. So yeah, this is something that you brought together not too long ago. Yeah. Okay. And it has something to do with contracts. Contracts in your career, and it's a commitment. It's a commitment and something to do with the working formula. Okay. And it requires a contract, an agreement here between multiple people. And for some of you, FYI, Aries might be your Saturn placement. But yeah, no, it has absolutely something to do with working connectivity, contracts, and similar goals. Okay? All right. V. We have the Medine of Sagittarius. You might have some very strong Sag in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, which is now. That's how I'm pretty much reading it, is now. Is important to you. We have the music note. Some of you, music is very, very important. It is your business, your profession, your hobby, something like that. And frankly, some of you, that's how you tune or you relax. Continue up with that practice. And then we have the lotus flower, Scorpio energy, but also the the beautiful unfolding of things, which at first the lotus flower doesn't make sense, and then you see how it unfolds and the beauty of it, and then you understand, things that look chaotic on first have a way of unfolding beautifully over time. Okay, Aries honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Thursday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Ooh. Voice dipped. I'm going to tell you, the humidity doesn't know if it's coming or going, honey. One day, like today, it's extraordinarily high, and then tomorrow it'll be nothing. I'll tell you. I'm getting really tired. These extreme humidity readouts, I tell you. It's just not my hair that suffers, You know what it is? You just can't sleep when it's that high. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. First card down. Six of Wands, crossing the star. Oh, yes. King of Pentacles at your crown. Past. Three of Wands. Exiting. Four of Wands. Okay. All right. Okay. Before you. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Strengths. 3 cups. Cool. The Emperor's in your environment. Yeah. Okay. Hopes and fears. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, fine. That's fair. Outcome is the 2 of Wands. You're making it happen. You are making it happen, Captain. Okay. You have a rising sort of confidence around a star here. Something's working out for you, and it feels good. You set your sights on something. I don't know what it is, but it gives you a great deal of personal fulfillment looking at you. Literally you. Your power card there at the star. The 6 of Wands. Yeah, you just started opening up to something, and you're like, I like it. I like it. You do. Yeah, I like that. It's rising confidence. Directly involves you. Your sense of vision for yourself, particularly in the practical realm. The King of Pentacles is at your crown. Yeah, you're cooking up something. I don't quite know what it is. Well, actually, no. I think it involves work or coin, but you are cooking up something that suggests this vision, this desire I have. You see where it's taking you, and it feels good. Okay, so we're starting to develop something here. It's like a plan, possibly to do with work or coin. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. But point is, it gives you a sense of power, a sense of control, a sense of perhaps long-term destiny, So kind of important there. King of Pentacles is at your crown. Something that you can invest in for yourself long-term. Principles of self-worth. Okay? Home, quality of life, so on and so forth. 3 of Wands is in the past. Okay, waiting. 4 of Wands, exiting. There's some sort of relationship here. Now, 4 of Wands, once more, is how 2 people define it, so I don't know how you defined it and with who. But it seems to be at a distance from you. Doesn't tell me too much. It's just at a distance from you. I don't know how you're still connected to it. It just seems to be far away from you. It's not that it's gone, it just doesn't seem to be a concern. All right? It's just not where your focus is. It's interesting. But it doesn't seem to be your upfront, immediate priority. It's like that's kind of in the background. It's like I'm familiar with it. It doesn't seem to receive too much of your energy. It's kind of on standby. All right? Perhaps you'll show me more on advice. Yeah, before you, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. You are absolutely making something happen. Congratulations to you. It's within your sights. And I see you going full on investment. I'm taking this on. This is mine. This is my opportunity. This is my time to rise and shine. So whatever that is, congratulations to you. Okay? And you felt it. You felt it. You were in tune with it. The idea of whatever that Ace of Pentacles is, you reaching for it, allowing yourself to reach for it, allowing yourself to invest to reaching towards that, you're saying that feels just about right for me. Huh. And the more you reached for it, the better you felt. Whatever this is, you can see it playing out in your long term for a while. So, well done. For those of you, you saw an opportunity for, like, say, a rise in title or pay, congratulations. You earned it. For others of you, this is a brand new opportunity altogether that you can see in your life for the long term. You say it's going to unfold for you for a long time into your personal future. So well done once more. 3 Cups is your strengths. You know how to bring people together. You know how to bring people together in a good emotional state of friendship, cooperation, finding common ground, common cause, just getting along. It could be that you are uniquely connected or networked, or you just know the right people. Absolutely. That's a strength. You better believe it. And then also just being around others, you know how to make others feel good about themselves, and that's absolutely a strength. Okay, and that can help with any sort of endeavor you have, be it personal or professional. That will always be a core skill to have. I completely agree. The Emperor's in your environment. Yeah, you're feeling very empowered. You should. Once more, congratulations. You were showing me a lot of manifest destiny here. It's empowerment. I could have by all rights said that's someone important to you that shares your environment, but I'm actually saying it to you today. You earned this empowerment. You earned this. You had this feeling. You had this hunch. You had this clue. There's an opportunity out there. I should rise into that, or see if I can rise into that. And because you allowed it, because you allowed yourself to reach for it, it was the correct result. So yeah, I'm seeing you as the Emperor here today in your environment. Very empowered you are. And you should feel that way. I want you to. You saw something, you went for it. Yeah, you're showing me manifest destiny here today. And without manifestation. 5 of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. This may not work out. Reasonable. Again, when people hopes and fears match the baseline, it's what you call reasonable. So this is a reasonable hope and fear. It matches what I've seen today. What if I don't get this? What if I invest in this direction and I'm wrong? What if I'm not given that raise? What if I'm not given that promotion? What if I'm not the one who earns that new opportunity? What if it's not granted to me? Okay, that's 5 Pentacles. What if it doesn't work out? Again, reasonable. It's not an absolute. It's just who we are on the inside. So it matched what I saw here today. 2 of Wands is in the outcome. Okay. So I see you talking again. There's some dialogue out there. I see you making a decision. In some way it reflects on that relationship you're familiar with, but seems to be at a distance from you. So again, I don't know what that is to you. It doesn't have to be a spouse. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It's someone whom you understand has a relationship emphasis. And in some way, you stand up for each other, and you two understand that you have some sort of relationship here, be it personal or professional. It's kind of at a distance from you, and then I see you communicating with it. I obviously you want to share that good news. You do. And you should. It's interesting. It's like they want to know. Yeah, they would want to know. They would want to know your good news. So I don't know who that is to you. But you have reason to celebrate, but the first person you got to tell is that one. The one that seems to be at a distance from you. And it could literally be physical distance as a long distance connection. Okay. But I see you wanting to share your good news. So, and you deserve it. Okay. You have a lot to share. Look at what you've done. I don't know how long this has taken you. I don't know. I just know that when the feelings started to rise in you, you couldn't deny it. I can aim for this. I can aim for this. Or you can create it. You know? But good for you. Look at that. It's a good investment. You invested in you. You did a check. Is this worthy of me? Whatever this is it worthy of me? And you listened to yourself and said, yes, it is worthy of me. In fact, I shall take this. I like it. Yeah. Oh, 6 of Wands. Yeah, see, look at that. It is well-earned triumph. The Hermit, there's that steady contemplation again. This feeling I have, is it correct? And you asked yourself. You didn't just go out there on a whim, okay? No flight of fancy, no overinflated confidence or ego here, 6 of Wands. No. I could have taken that direction. It's just I know better. You crossed it. You asked yourself realistically, is this right for me? And will it serve a long-term purpose or long-term function? And you said yes, based on your experience as the Hermit. Okay? You said yes, and it made you feel good. And that's how you knew. That's how you knew. You have so many critical elements here that help you in your decision-making. At least when it comes to the Earth, strength of will. Strength to pursue, strength to take this on. I understand. That lend to your character and who you are. And it's served you. See, look at that. It was strength. It took a bit of a strength just to kind of shake you out of your comfort zone, if that's all I really have to say about your reading today. Okay. But yeah, it takes strength to open up, to be the fool, to take a chance, especially if you're comfortable. And that tells me you were comfortable, weren't you? You were comfortable. So it wasn't changed for the sake of it. You had to see this long-term purpose or value. So I tell you, this wasn't on a whim. This wasn't on a flight of fancy. It's what you might call a calculated risk, or knowing it was right for you in ways that perhaps just exceeded, say, financial compensation. Or personal security, because it seems you already have that. It's something that lended itself to a larger vision plan, I suppose you could say, further down the road. Look at all these beautiful characteristics you have. You are so lined up to this, it's ridiculous. And Queen of Wands. Oh, the Moon. 6 of Cups. I'm going to stop there, because there's more. Okay. This is what I meant to see. Queen of Wands, the Moon, 6 of Cups. And then you tell them. You tell them. You think they'd want to know, they deserve to know, they'd be happy for you. You keep a little bit of a surprise at first, but yeah, you want them to know. You want them to know. You want their support, their approval, the emotional recognition. Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise. It's the one whom we talk to later, the one that's at a distance from you. You'd want them to know. I see nothing but support. That's why you told them. Some of you it's friends, some of you it's soul bond, some of you it's some sort of relationship that you said is a bit of a distance from you right now. Okay? But that you'd want them to know. Okay? Oh. King of Wands in reverse. Oh. How odd. King of Wands, King of Wands in reverse. 10 of Swords, the Chariot, Ace of Cups. What is that? Oh dear. You taking this on, does it, shot in the dark here, you taking this on, does it require you to leave another area in your life? Change location, maybe. I'm seeing movement away. Okay. And that part does not please you. That's the downside. It's another reason why I think you were so very careful about whether or not this would serve a long-term purpose, because It would require you, so that's why you kept it quiet. It would require you, you don't feel good about this part. It would require you to move on from a particular, and there's movement here twice, the Chariot, Eight of Cups. You associate it with a negative movement. I would have to move away from this area, and I don't feel good about that. So this is where your confidence wanes a little bit. Okay. In order for you to accept this, does it require like relocation or the exit of perhaps, say, another experience or another role? And that's just like, that's the bummer. That's the part I literally do not feel good about. So again, remember that's what all this energy was for. It wasn't changed just for the sake of it, because I told you you didn't have to. You were already comfortable. Okay. It's like sacrifice. It's like playing chess. You have to know what it is you're willing to sacrifice in order to win. So the win had to be worth it, right? You're showing me this win was very much worth winning. There's something about the importance of it that will carry you further into the future. But the downside here is that sacrifice we were talking about. You're unhappy about this. It makes you upset. And this is where you feel your confidence leave you a little bit. In a very painful way, you'd have to exit something that tells me you're already comfortable in it. Okay? I know. But again, you've done the math on this. You see where this could carry you in the future. And it makes you happy, more than happy. It makes you feel incredibly secure, and that you had a very strong moment of empowerment. That also includes things like this. This also represents empowerment, doing the difficult thing. Okay? In order to achieve your goal that is right and worthy of you for the long-term future, this also is empowerment. Knowing that we have to leave things behind. It's not fun. And it might be sooner than you would like. That might be another issue. You might have to take up the mantle of this role sooner than you have the opportunity, or perhaps not as much time to give that pre-existing situation or opportunity much notice. You know? You'll be okay. Keep in your sight what it is that you have gained. You know? Otherwise, no, I don't think you would have done it. No, I don't think so, not at all. It was what you were owed. Karma, balance, justice. It was the correctness of it. The way this spoke to you, the way you listened to yourself, you did yourself a case of karmic justice. You know this was right for you. Okay? If you hadn't gone towards it, you would have been doing yourself an injustice, so put it that way. Okay? But this is the great balance, and it's why I know people get so frustrated. They just want to see 100% positive, happy readings, and then I have to point out to them, you showed me a balance today. This is what you gained, this is what you lost, and this is how it balances out. And that is true for yours today. The balance, the karma here suggests it's correct. Okay? Yes. The only other thing that I already say, the only thing I'm curious about is that person that you go out of your way to check in with, and it's a little bit of a secret at first, and then you tell them. The only thing you told me about them is that they're potentially a soulmate. Okay? A soul bond, if you will. I don't believe in just mate as in one, bond as in many. You can have many bonds with people that are special or unique or oriented towards the soul. That's what this is. All right? You tell them, as I say, I'd like to know a little bit more about that person that's at a distance from you. And you tell them. It could be a time of celebration. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, by all means, celebrate. Absolutely. L-B-I-N, two L's. The owl, that's you. That's very much your symbol. Great wisdom, insight. You're smart. You have good skills of observation. You're intelligent. You know this was right for you. And then we have the chakras. We have the yin and yang, the black and white, and then the chakras in reverse. We're going to get this thing balanced out. I know. At first, it might feel like you were out of alignment. We're going to get yourself back into balance. All right? Okay, Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. It was a great read. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, what's up? What's going on? Show me, Gemini. All right, first card down. Eight of Wands. Crossing, King of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Cups is at the crown. Seven of Wands is in the past. Nine of Cups exiting. Interesting. Before you, two of Wands. Kind of changed our stance a little bit, but I see it as a, well, I mean, it looks like a good thing. Okay. Strengths. Four of Wands. The environment, judgment. Ooh, judgment call. Judgment call. The Hermit. Hopes and fears. Outcome is the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Your focus is on point. Well done. Eight of Wands. There you go. Once more, just to remind you, I'm reading your collective. Right now I'm interpreting this as you putting the communication out there. It's a choice of investment. King of Pentacles. However, yes, of course, you could be on the receiving end. Okay, but for now I'm reading the energies as they're coming from you. So yeah, I see you opening up, putting some communication out there. King of Pentacles. This represents a difficult decision for you in terms of investment. Your language, what it looks like, what the words look like, how many words. It represents some sort of investment that you struggled to get in alignment with. But you reached a conclusion that was right for you. Okay? So that's all I care about. I can kind of see where you're coming from. So I see where this might have been a challenge. Knight of Cups is at the Crown. Yeah. You're expressing yourself in a softer way. It doesn't have to be romantic, but in a softened way, a vulnerable way, an emotional way. There's something in you that's being put forward because it feels right, and the Knight of Cups is your particular vehicle here. No other knight is equipped to handle these words, so it's coming from a soft place, a vulnerable place, an emotional place, if you will. Whereas before, not too long ago, it was kind of like some fuck-off energy. Seven of Wands is in the past. Nope. Bye. No. Nine of Cups is exiting. So it's kind of begrudging. It's kind of begrudging. Nine of Cups. Initially, it's kind of like, this does not please me, but I have to take this stance. Okay. So in the past, the Seven of Wands, it's like you really felt this need to take a particular stance, regardless of how you felt about it. And I think we've had a change of heart because our words are changing too. They're changing direction, intensity, flow, rhythm. It's different. Emotions are involved. I've seen it a couple times. But yeah, there was a sense of responsibility initially to be kind of guarded around this, to minimize influence or to not use our words. It's like, it doesn't matter how I feel about it. It just has to be done. Full stop. It's kind of like a chore. Yeah, that's changing. Your point of view has changed a little bit. And that's what I'm saying. It was a struggle for you with the King of Pentacles crossing this. It was a struggle to invest in the words. What to say, how to say it, etc. So long as it comes from the correct feeling in you, that's all I care about. Because I can see up until recently, you very strongly made a point of, it doesn't matter how I feel about it. Just got to do it. Okay, and that's a very Pentacle mentality. And now you're seeing it as a positive direction. It's worth my while to open up in this way. Okay, so again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It's where you're allowing your words to flow from an emotional space without interruption. All right? Two of Wands is before in the future, and there it is. I see you looking at it. Possibly some dialogue is coming up for you soon. Okay, so you essentially receive a response because you can't look at what you don't have. So, so there you go. Yeah, so you're looking at it. There's a return here. Okay? All right. I'm not saying you changed your mind. It's not an admission of anything. It's not an accusation. It's not a sense of designation responsibility. I'm not telling you you have to do anything. Whereas something was off in your mind, it is now on. Where perhaps you saw it as a pointless investment, now you see it having a point. That's it. Okay? All right, Four of Wands is in your strengths. You believe in relationships. You do. Again, doesn't have to be personal. Four of Wands, how two people define it. So I don't know how you defined your relationship with this person, but you see it as a strength. You do. You see all relationships that you sign up for as a strength. Otherwise, what's the point in having them? Yeah, that's right. Four of Wands, also in business. Contracting ourselves to someone into a business relationship. Yeah, why would I do that unless it served a point? Same is true for our interpersonal relationships, so on and so forth. This could be the relationship you have with your dad. This could be the relationship you have with a sister. I don't know. Or a best friend you haven't talked to in a long time. I don't know. But you're saying it's important to you. Otherwise, what's the point? What is the point of harmonizing? What is the point of stability? What is the point of growth? If you don't see the strength in relationships, I completely agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. Relationships of any type, under any capacity, under any label, need to serve a purpose, or what's the point? I completely agree with you. Okay? Judgment in your environment. Yes, it's a good call. I feel like this is a good call on your part. I do. It's that sense of now's the time. Judgment, this is based on your particular lessons as you, Gemini, have experienced them. It's what's right for you, or it's not what's right for you. That's it. But yeah, this is a good judgment call, and it seems to be that now is your time. Okay? Now is your time. The Hermit is in your hopes and fears. We hope we've done a good job healing this subject, specifically in the context of you, and the hopes and fears have I learned from this. I believe so, yeah. I think you have more learning and insight than what most people have to offer on that kind of communication. I do. I see it in the cards, and I sense it in you. You have a lot of insight on this. I want you to give yourself that credit. No. Oh, no, it seems like your hopes and fears is large, but no, it's just a reflection of who you are on the inside. You really hope to goodness gracious that you understand what you understand. And that it's coming from a wizened place in you. I think you got it. I do. You're not showing me arrogance. You're not showing me like a Six of Wands. You're not showing me a strength around what it is that you know. You're saying, I hope I understand what I understand. Yeah, exactly. I love it. That's so you. I hope I understand what I understand. Queen of Swords in the outcome, yeah. Your focus is on point. Whatever this is, you've got a grip on it. You got a grip on yourself. I think your focus is 1,000% on point. There you are, making decisions, looking at things clearly, crystal clear. You look focused. Very comfortable in your knowledge. Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Ideally, whatever the relationship is, lends to your way of life, your Ten of Pentacles. Could be a very important connection to you in some way that you identify it with your 3D world. Six of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Devil. We've been so afraid. I'm not saying you are afraid. I'm saying you have been afraid of potentially opening your heart to this, to balance with it. I understand. Hence, all the more reason you're showing me it didn't always, no, it didn't matter how I felt about it. It was best to leave it alone. And what allowed you to convert that energy into something more potentially positive and see it as a good investment as opposed to a bad investment, I don't know. That comes down to your inner workings, your own sense of judgment, your own sense of use of the Hermit. And that's why you showed me that huge emphasis. I hope I understand this correctly. Because you don't want it to be a bad balance either, right? No balance for the sake of it. You really, I hope I understand this correctly. I do. Not just for whatever that situation's interest is, but for you personally, your personal interest in this matter. You want to make sure you understand it correctly. It was scary. It was very scary at first, or had been for a while. And there it is, and then you converted it into something positive. You gave it hope, meaning, context. I wonder what happened for you. How did it go from being a fearful thing? I don't know if I can approach that. I don't know if there's a point or a purpose. And that was a gripping fear to open our heart towards this to, no, it's worthy of me. And you're right, it is worthy of you. I know that because I can see it reflected in your thoughts. You got some good energy in there towards this. You do. Hope, positivity. It's worthy of you. Five of Cups, the past, the moon. Okay. Unexpected insight. Where'd that come from? Well, you would know best. It's your journey, honey. It's either yours or it's not. If it's not, check out your other placements. If it is yours. Some of you, I wanted to know specifically how you were able to go from, I got to avoid this. No, I'm not fucking around with it. Just no. Just know. It doesn't matter how I feel about it personally. Just leave it alone. To, okay. Maybe it's not anti-investment. Maybe it's pro-investment. Maybe it's worthy of me. Maybe it's worthy of me to have this dialogue. Maybe it's worthy of me to express my... You started thinking of this in terms of positive for you. I like that. I respect that so much. It really does speak to the work that you've done. And the fact that it retains your focus out there and the outcome. Yeah, you continue to learn. I see that. It's wonderful. I see that you get that little Two of Wands. Good. I know you got a response. That focus, judgment, timing is right. So I wanted to know what it is that allowed you to go like this. Something came to life for you. You had partial illumination on a very difficult subject, and then you got a wider variety of emotions to work with. Seven of Cups. You had more insight, emotional insight specifically. This is not mental, this is not spiritual, this is all emotional. You received more emotional insight on a difficult subject of the past, and it came through in an unexpected way, but it allowed you to clear things up a little bit more on your own. And that's where, specifically, you started to see something as no, off, bad, to it's possible. And it'd be possible because I believe in me, and I see this as something I can talk to, I can communicate with. I can. I can, because you see things more clearly now. Okay. It's actually quite remarkable. It's admirable the way you flipped the energies, although it took time. It did. I say that. It took time. It's like it's all you had to work with are fragments of the past, disappointment, and shadows that were obscured. And then you received more illumination. You either did the work under the moon, or something came towards you and revealed itself in some way that gave you more to work with and helped clear things up for you. And that's why it's Hermit. You really hope you understand what you understand. It's so gentle. You don't want to have misunderstood the situation. You don't want them to misunderstand you. Okay. All right. Still, it's good. It's good work in there. Very good work. Okay. All right. It's such a fearful thing. There's no way now I can ever balance with that. No way. No way. And then you see the hope for yourself. This is good for me. Yes, it is good for you. It's not about how scary that situation is. Is it good for you? Yes or no? Only you can answer that. Cycles, completion, change. I'm emphasizing here the change. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Whatever the cycles is the cycle. The emphasis here is on change, transformation, the butterfly. Most of it having done or been done around Scorpio season, which we just exited. So, yeah, since the code, there's that fear there. Fear. There's that fear. Fear of love, expression, chemistry. There's the messages, communication, secretive, isolating thoughts around admiration, keep quiet, Page of Swords, chemistry, passion, the intensity that was felt, passion and in love. There's a sense there of it may not happen, it may not want to balance. There's a lot. Okay. All right. Well, a lot of it had to change, didn't it? Around that sense of fear and the intensity of it, and then seeing it, converting that concept to it's worth my while, though. It is worth your while. Okay. Let's try that again, please. Busy and distracted, we put things off. There's that fire, message and dreams. Busy, distracted, put things off. And then we have that Ace of Wands, judgment and messages, downloads. Have you had an increase in dream activity? Okay, receiving messages in your dreams about the hope. And how you're related to it. Okay. Yeah, something had to cut through that noise of that busy and distraction. I think you connect to this more in your off moments, right? Like being asleep or you're daydreaming. Okay. Okay, we have the letters D, O, J, H. We have the medallion of Sag. I'm saying that right now is the time frame being now. You might have some very strong Sag in your chart. Could be connected to. And like I said, the season might be important to you. We have the Tree of Life, the Ten of Pentacles. You're very grounded, very connected. You showed me that the Four of Wands as being your strength. You believe in your connections and what they stand for. Adding to that Tree of Life. This one in particular was tricky for you. This particular connection. There was a strong sense of responsibility tied to staying away from it, and now we've kind of converted that into seeing as positive based on new illumination. But you see, it's connected. It's all connected. Christina, yeah, I agree. It's all connected. We're all connected in some way. But this one's important to you in terms of your way of life, your community, your tree of life. We have the Captain's Wheel, which is the combination of the Wheel of Fortune and the world. Time moves forward always. Doors close. They open, and sometimes we reapproach old doors. Absolutely. And then we have the music note. Some of you, music is extremely important. Your profession, your hobby, or you're just a music enthusiast, and that might be how you tune, intuitively tune, is what I mean. Okay, and if that's the case, you keep on keeping on. All right. Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. This was very interesting. I love this. Actually, I see you getting a response soon, so that tells me your communication's already been, it's already been deployed, hasn't it? Yeah, so hopefully this helps you by the time this comes out. Anyway, I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, what's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Okay. Present day, King of Cups. Yeah. Crossing, Queen of Cups. Crowning, Nine of Cups. Wow. Past, Five of Pentacles. Exiting, Six of Pentacles. Before you, Three of Wands. Okay. Okay. Strengths. Oh, Five of Wands. Okay. Knight of Wands is in your environment. Hopes and fears, the Chariot. Outcome is the High Priestess. Yes, please do. Listen to yourself. Okay? Listen to yourself. Gosh, in that opening, you're loving yourself, and you're loving yourself hard right now. You might have a lot of water in your chart. Like a lot. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I also see you being open to receive it. It looks like you have the space now. You have a lot of space. That's good. You got a lot of love to give. So it's just water. King, Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups. Yeah. You're showing yourself love and exercising love at the same time. Giving and receiving. I said you got the space too. Five of Pentacles in the past, Six of Pentacles. It looks like you've distanced yourself from anything that's not working. Whether or not that's finalized, completely exited out of your life cycles, that's up to you. But stuff in the past here, Five of Pentacles, that doesn't work. Six of Pentacles exiting, you're not going to force it to work anymore. Good for you. Long story short. You know what? I have enough past experience here with things that don't work. They break. They're fragmented in nature. They crumble. They fall apart. Six of Pentacles exiting. If it doesn't want to work, I won't make it. I'm not going to try. Yeah, I mean, there's some people who pride themselves on making everything balance if they can, and that's a strength, absolutely. It's also a weakness. And there's some folks who's like, you know what? A couple of experiences with this have taught me it's not a very good balance. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to force it. And you're kind of showing me I don't want to force balances. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. I'll leave them alone. Get distance from them. Maybe I'll get back to it later. Maybe it'll show me something different in time. But yeah, I see you stop messing with stuff that takes up space and it doesn't work out too well. And again, balances, by the way, in tarot, it's a very generic term, at least in the Six of Pentacles, where that's concerned about any day, any given day, 3D operations. That could be work stuff. That could be personal stuff that you've agreed to do. Anything. It's vast. Most people have multiple balances carried out in a day. I'm practicing one right now. This is the work I need to do for YouTube. This is a balance. It also represents Eight of Pentacles, you know. In the greater scheme of things, it also represents a sense of stability, way of life, and security. So it kind of goes beyond the Six of Pentacles, but it's also something I've agreed contractually to go back and forth on fairly consistently. Makes sense? So I don't know what that is to you. It's just the history of stuff here that doesn't work out. You've learned to put distance between yourself and it. Okay? Just let it go, let it rest, something like that. And it gave you a lot of space just for love, to be in your feelings, to practice them, to give and receive specifically. Before you, Three of Wands. Maybe some waiting there, letting things build, taking your time, you know, looking forward to something, maybe. Just curious. Seems to be non-rushed. All right? So I don't know it's necessarily waiting, but it's like I'm looking out upon the world and I like what I'm seeing there. Okay? Maybe you're just hanging out in that space. Five Wands is strengths. It's a good strength to have. It is. It's not always easy, though. No. But knowing when you need to fight. When and where and how do you need to fight. So that tells me then, this stuff you're willing to let go of, you're not willing to fight for it. Yeah. That's good. That means you're an experienced Libra. Right? I got to know what's worth fighting for. And step away from the stuff that doesn't work. Yeah, I agree. It's a great strength to have. You got to know, right? You got to choose your own level of participation and what is, I know how to fight mean, you know? Fight for what you believe in, how you might stand up for yourself in a situation, place, circumstance, or a connection to a person. Yeah. Knowing how to fight is a very invaluable skill, but also knowing when to let things go. It's tricky. It's a tricky line. Not everybody's comfortable navigating it. But I like how you have a very simple mechanism in place here. Look, if something don't work, I'm not going to try to force it to work. Great. You can either see something as existing in the 3D and giving back to you, time, energy, attention, effort, resources, or don't. In which case, there's nothing to fight. What's the point? Right? So, if you're going to fight, know that it's worth fighting for. Knights of Wands in your environment. Yeah, see, I like that. See, this is what tells me Three of Wands here isn't necessarily waiting for you. It's like anticipation. I think they're out there on the horizon, looking out on the horizon, enjoying what you're experiencing, and it makes you excited, but it's also done in a very calm, tempered way. It's like there's more to look forward to. And you're right, there is. So you're showing me a rising excitement in your environment by this emotional energy that you experience is stimulating, interesting, giving and receiving, and you want to experience more of it. Okay? The Chariot and the hopes and fears. Yeah, so the hopes and fears are a reflection of who we are on the inside. It's not a guarantee of anything. It's not an absolute. What you're experiencing here isn't going to have forward momentum. So when I see somebody's hopes and fears as being a kind of natural reflection of the baseline, I call it reasonable. This is reasonable. Okay? You showed me an emotional chariot water. An emotional hopes and fears towards an emotional situation. You have rising anticipation, the love is building, the kind of butterfly energy is building. Okay. Will it have somewhere to go? Reasonable. That's all. You afraid it may not be? All right? But I think that's why you're giving it space to build. You want to see it for yourself, experience it for yourself, be in tune with it all. And like I said, a high priestess in the outcome, you want to be in tune with it all. Listen to your intuition. You're giving this thing a lot of space, a lot of room to breathe. Okay? Yeah, like I said, very reasonable hope and fear there. The high priestess, listen to yourself. You're in a very intuitive place right now. It will continue. Okay? All right. But I like that. That's a very important background to have. Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, by your own admission. Right? If something doesn't want to work out, I'm not going to force it. It's got to be worth fighting for. And this, you're opening up to it. You got the space. You got the availability. You want to see where it goes? Do it. I'm going to go ahead and hazard a guess. Some of you started connecting to this Scorpio season. So much water. In fact, given the Cancerian, Pisces, and Scorpio, yeah, you could have connected to a water sign as well. But yeah, you know, oh yeah, very strong pull for some of that Cancer energy. Some of you might have that very strong placement in your chart. Yeah, it's true. Okay. Oh, I like yours. Yeah, so I'm guessing over Scorpio season, or you just connect into lots of water. Okay. All right, advice for you. 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 3 Cups. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Connectivity is not always easy. For the most part, it feels good. You're showing me you're guarded about... You try to go into it with a certain lightness, but that's hard for you. Some protectiveness kicks in, maybe some cynicism, if you will. But you try to keep your points of connectivity light and positive. Okay? Not trying to assume the worst or shoot it down. Okay? Yeah. Okay. You try to feel good. It's a struggle. I know, honey. It's like as soon as you get foot out the door, you have a reason to be frustrated or jaded. You're like, nope, nope. 3 Cups, 3 Cups. I'm going to try to connect from a positive place, Libra, positive place. We're going to connect here. Sometimes it gets rough, but you've tried. You honestly have tried. You can honestly say that you're trying. Yeah, there it is again. The Sun is, I mean, honestly, I just need to pull the Sun at this point. Everything else after that is a bonus. You know, the Queen of Cups, there's more love. Empress, Ace of Wands. Yeah, big things are happening. Big things are unfolding. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. It feels so darn good. You had your coffee, you had a haircut, you got your nails done, you got a new outfit, but outside the feminine energy, whatever it is dudes do. You're going to the gym more, you're taking better care of yourself, you're eating more protein. You know, I don't know, but there's that sense of as I show love, I'm open to it. Yeah, it was a rough start. Okay, true, fair. It's a rough start. Connecting in the general sense can be not always fun sometimes, but when something finally hit right and it hit warmly, very warmly, it shot through like a ray of light, didn't it? The Sun, Ace of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Empress, that we're feeling really good about ourselves. The fact that we're allowing ourselves to connect to this, it feels good. Something here is very promising. It's very unfolding right now as we speak. In love and in warmth, you experience both. You want to keep going. So yeah, listen to yourself. I understand you had an icky start. That's true for most people, right? But again, because you have that phenomenal past energy here, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to get my hopes up. No, it doesn't reciprocate. It's done. It's fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah, gave you lots of space to work with here for love and warmth. Continue to be open, a person of receptivity and love in this one. It will guide you appropriately. Summer, important conversation. Okay. Last summer, some of you had a strong conversation that might have ended some things, and you might have saw it as one of those connections that just wasn't balancing very well. Okay. And that's when you started making space. End of cycles that were not fruitful, not productive, non-balancing. Okay. Letting those go. Seeking more fulfillment, seeking a soulmate or soul bond, and that's you, darling. Okay, you, Justice, that's your power card. If you want a soul bond, not something that's on again, off again, connected, not connected. It gives, doesn't give, lack of consistency, 3D or otherwise. Okay, we're done with that. You wanted more of your counterpart. I think you, well, at least your heart space is picking up the signals that could be it. Yeah. Okay. We have WP. We have the medallions again. Lots of Cancer energy. I also saw the summer card, and the Cancerian season falls over the summer. So some of you, once more, might have some very strong Cancer in your chart. Could have been connecting to in the past. And like I said, the season might have been important to you. We also have Capricorn, so samesies. Okay, Libra honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, what's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus, please. Okay. And present day Taurus. 7 of Wands. Crossing. 8 of Wands. Oh. Okay. Crowning. 2 of Pentacles. Past the Emperor. Exiting the Fool. Yeah. Before you, the 6 of Wands. All right. I want you to do what's right for you. It's interesting. Strengths. 10 of... Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Environment, the world. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Hopes and fears. Natural. Seven of Cups is the outcome. Yeah, I'm not too worried about you. You'll get there. You'll get there. Over here, it's like, ooh. Oh. It's interesting because communication, especially in the opening, collective, are they putting it out there? Are they receiving it? Oh, this one is trying to make contact with you, and you're like, no. 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 That is not you putting out communication and then like wishing you hadn't. No. It's the other way around. You're in the defensive position. Eight of Wands. It's a communication coming in that's causing you conflict, and you're like, no. I'm not open to receiving that. So imagine this: you open your mailbox and you got bill, ad, bullshit, ad, bill, and you know exactly who it's from, and you went, nope. Or not at all. Just return to sender. Put it back in the mailbox. Oh, so you see what I'm saying? Oh yeah. No, you're not open to receiving that at all. It's trying. Two of Pentacles. It's at your crown. You wonder sometimes if you should, but it's not a very convincing argument. Not from yourself, not from the world. It seems not from the Tarot Lady. I'm not convinced. You're not convinced. Two of Pentacles. At your crown. It's like you wonder though. Should you try? There's not a lot of conviction in that Two of Pentacles. And I know you can toss that Two of Pentacles around like a lot if you want to. No. That's some half-hearted conviction. Maybe I should open it, read it. Maybe I should take the call. No. Okay, and I'm not telling you what to do. This is what you're showing me. You've thought about it. You've thought about doing something. You have. And then you kind of show me the decision you made here. The Emperor's in the past. That doesn't mean it's over. That just means it's energy you're familiar with. And as far as I can tell, you're still living this. It looks like you made a decision in the not so far away past. It's pretty recent. That you would stand in your power, stand firm on the subject, and that you will not budge. The Fool's on the exit. You're just like, I will not be a fool on this one again. It's interesting because I often reflect these two on each other. I both associate them with Aries. By the way, you might have some very strong Aries in your chart. Here's the newness of the season, being open to it, and here's someone who's kind of in control of thyself, isn't given to impulsive tendencies, kind of strong will, strong way. Whereas the Fool is like, I just want to be open and free and experience new things. Okay, be open to life. And with the firmness of self, you're like, well, look, the Fool has his place and all, but not here. I will not be made the fool again. I will not open up to this again. I will not take any risks on this again. I will not take chances on this again. No. So the Emperor is quite firm on this point. So with all due respect to that Two of Pentacles, you did think about for like 5 seconds if you should respond. Anyway, no. Only you can figure out if that's right or wrong for you. But you made a very strong declarative. Okay? And it came from a place of empowerment, so I'm not here to argue with you about it. If you're saying this is not something I want to take any more chances on, then you're probably correct. I see you enforcing it. Okay? I do. But I can honestly say I see that you've thought about it too. But then you default to your power decision. Okay? Before you, Six of Wands. Yeah, there's a sense of triumph here that I am right, and I think you are. Okay? I think that triumph is coming from it's like, see, I could resist. See, I could resist. I did it. That tells me, once upon a time, you were very jovial towards this, very open towards it, very light towards it. But no more risks, no more chances, none of that now, none of that business. And you're like, see, I conquered it, triumph. Okay. All right. I know it relates to your environment in some way. Ten of Pentacles is in your strength. So your environment as a whole, your 3D is intact. Okay, you got a lot going on there, as you typically do. Your foundation, your tree of life, very busy, very fruitful, Okay. Just very secure, very built, very steady. You got a lot going on in there, and you consider it a source of strength and pride for you. Heck yeah. You know, that's very Taurus. You have a lot going on. Perhaps many of you have built your own little worlds and empires, or perhaps they're large worlds. You know, I don't know. But you're saying that's a source of strength for me, always. I will give to my Ten of Pentacles, always. So it's not just your personal home, career, finances. It's all that plus, okay? Your networks, your connections, your resources, your community. That's a source of strength for you, always. Your environment then, the world. There's something here that's closing out. You've turned your back on it. You pointedly said no more risks in it, particularly where communication is concerned. I have to stand firm in that. That wasn't always the case, but it's the case now. And you're showing me triumph. I did it. I did not give this any attention. I did not give this any time. I did not give this any of my resources. I did think about it, but no. No, I resisted that. I didn't do it. And it's reflecting in the world environment. This is something that's closing out. And you've dedicated a lot of energy to not taking it to a place of chance or newness or new beginnings anymore. Okay? I'm not telling you what to do. It's either your reading or it's not. All right? Queen of Pentacles and the hopes and fears. You hope that you have acted in your highest interest. I believe that you have. Okay? But ultimately only you know. So Queen of Pentacles here. Hopes and fears. Everything I've done. Hopefully, I want to be able to say it was worthy of me. Me turning my back on this, me not taking any more chances with it, me not returning communication or actions with it. I hope it was the right thing to do. Again, only you can figure that out, but I believe so, yes. Okay. You're afraid it may not have been a good call. Oh, honey, but what led you up to that decision, though? Let's think about it from that point of view. What would it have cost you if you had turned around and shown this a little bit? Not even the Fool. Even if you had shown this a little bit, say, like reignition of hope or passion, like, for instance, Ace of Wands. Would it have resulted in the outcome that led you up to this, where you had to discontinue the communication? Most likely. It's like, why didn't I just reinforce it? I made that decision. Why did I go back on that? So that would have been disempowering, yeah? And there you go. But again, that's for you to understand, okay? Right now you're showing me this was an act of empowerment, if nothing else. And it really reinforces your environment where something here is clearly cycling out, okay? Seven of Cups in your outcome. You'll open up, whatever, when the time is right, whatever that means to you. In the right directions, with the right people, I don't know, with Seven of Cups. Emotional availability, opening up, exploring things, feeling new feelings, who knows? Okay. But this was almost kind of like, it's not really a power move, but kind of like you proved to yourself, or you demonstrated to yourself that you could leave this alone and that you wouldn't give it any more. Okay. So again, if you had changed your mind, which you got really close to doing, would you have found yourself in the same situation that says, damn it, Taurus, why didn't we just stick to the plan? Because now we disempowered ourselves. We went back on our word. See what I'm saying? You're not taking no more chances on that for a reason, so listen to that. All right. Yeah. Let's get some advice, please. I like how you made it a point. My stability's good. My foundation's good. It is my strength. Yes, it is. But yeah. So I don't know what's cycling out in there per se. I just, I know your time of taking a chance on it is over, right? You got past that. Okay. Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups. Yeah, you feel good about yourself, and you should. You should feel good about yourself. Absolutely. Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Yeah. In time, you'll see for yourself. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. You'll see for yourself how well this worked out. All right. It'll be a good decision that you can reflect upon later with confidence, I promise. So while it feels good now in terms of long-term consequences, how things play out, no. If anything, It makes your world more efficient, more stable, more streamlined, more effective. Okay? Okay. And for some of you, I have to insist, somehow it improves your everyday workflow. Oh, okay. Ace of Cups. In time, whatever that means to you, when you're ready, when you open up. Don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of fear in your heart. That's normal. When we embark upon these new journeys and feelings, yeah, a little bit of Three Swords is normal. Just don't let it override what you're feeling, and you'll be fine. But yeah, Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, yeah. When it's time to open up to love, you'll know. You'll know it's going to feel right. Yeah, there's some fear there. That's normal. Three of Swords. Everybody's afraid of rejection when they start putting themselves out there. Yeah, like I said, just don't allow it to override who you are. I see who you are. Okay? We all have experiences in love. Point is, if it's right for you, it feels right to you, you allow yourself to move in that direction and actually be open to it. And that's what I see in your outcome. Okay? Yeah, some of you are going to be on a love journey, and you'll know that eventually. But as for this situation, the upfront immediate results of personal satisfaction, that you did this thing, that you ignored it, that you didn't put any more of your attention into it, time, energy, attention, effort, excuse me. Not only does it feel good immediately, long term, you'll be glad you did. Something about this is going to make your workflow easier. Your Ten of Pentacles flow easier. Okay. Yeah, it was a good call. It was a good call. Okay. The love component, not worried about you. You'll be out there in time. Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, right there on the split with the Divine Feminine, the intuitive self, the feminine self, the emotional self. Heart is on full blast. When the time is right, you'll open up in that direction. Codependent patience. Oh, I had some issues here. I had some issue. I couldn't keep waiting on. That's saying something. That's phenomenal. Dude. Like, sorry, that's weird to me. Okay, we got a little too dependent on testing somebody's patience. That would be you. How does that even happen? How does Taurus lose patience? Too many concepts here. Somebody was here was really dependent or tied to your sense of patience, your willingness to wait, your willingness to always be open and available. That person is always willing to be flexible. There we go. A little too friendly with that, whatever that is. I have no idea if situation, place, circumstance, person. That's entirely 1,000% up to you, your situation and scenario. But yeah, someone a little too friendly with your sense of patience, putting something off. Taurus will wait forever. Taurus will take a chance forever. Taurus will always make themselves available to me for these reasons. Apparently never has its limits. No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm glad. Exercise patience for those who are worthy of it. Yes, absolutely. Be it a situation or a person, know who's worth being patient and healing for. And consider it too, you know. And have I given to them what they've given to me? But this one was really friendly with this idea of patience and always being available. Okay? Decisions, and that represented a decision to you. I see that tossing around here with the Two of Pentacles. Like I said, you know, you did think about returning it. You did. And then you're like, no. I remember what I decided, and then you feel good again. Okay? All right. Of course, you're a big Taurus. If you want to turn around and respond to this, you can. It's entirely up to you. But for the Taurus I'm looking at, you made a decided action, and it reflects for you emotionally, and then later down the line, too, 3D-wise. Okay. All right, we have the letters W-A-R. Okay. Yes, it does spell war. It doesn't have to. It also spells raw. But yeah, W-A-R. We also have the medallion of Leo and 2 Gemini. Okay, one of these very strong placements in your chart could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. And then we have the crescent moon. By the light of the next crescent moon, there might be some activity around this, involving this. You're already in it since the last crescent moon. But yeah, just there you go. All right, Taurus honey, yours was interesting. It is, but I think we covered a lot of territory. I hope it helped you today. That's all I care about. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, what's up? What's going on? Show me, Virgo. Okay. At present, Knight of Wands, crossing, 5 of Pentacles, yeah. Crowning, 9 of Cups, okay. The past, Ace of Pentacles, very good. Exiting the Hanged Man, oh yeah. Before you, 7 of Pentacles, good. Strengths, the Star, beautiful. 8 of Wands in your environment. 4 of Wands, hopes and fears. Outcome is the 6 of Cups, good. Knight of Wands in your opening, straight away, rising energy. Leaning towards positivity these days, enthusiasm, hope, passion, but just energy. Energy, energy, energy. And it's a huge improvement seeing where you're coming from. It's 5 of Pentacles, a sense of breakage, abandonment, but kind of disconnected from that feeling of passion and enthusiasm, and just allowing yourself to go with the flow, okay? Yeah, no, that's coming back to you. 9 of Cups, and it feels good. It feels so freaking good. It's at your crown. You look inspired, darling. You look fresh. You look renewed. You look ready to roll, you know? You look good. 8 of Pentacles in the past, yeah. You've been taking care of business, and business is good. Feeling stable, specifically in this context. And 8 of Pentacles in the past, it doesn't mean it's over. It's ongoing, obviously. You've been working very hard to feel stable and secure. You've earned this energy. You've earned this feeling. I see that you've been detached for a while with the Hanged Man. That's one of the things you were working on. It wasn't just work. It was also the metaphor, the spiritual metaphor for things that were going on inside of you. And the Hanged Man's on the exit. This feeling of not doing much is coming to a close. No. You want to be more active. You want to be more out there. Things are good. Things are under control. 7 of Pentacles. They're steady. Steady, steady, steady. That's not stagnation. You're showing me steadiness. Okay? You're like, I got things under control. You know, I slipped gear into neutral. Let's go out. Let's have some good feelings, you know? That's all I see for you. You earned it. It seems like it's been a while since you've had any personal time to yourself. Specifically, allowing yourself to just go with the flow. The energy of the good times. Creating the good times. Being part of the good times. Allowing yourself to have fun. To go there, if you will, you know? But yeah, that's rising within you. You've earned it. Like I said, steady. Nice and steady. You're good. You're good. Express yourself. Go have some fun. You've been in the Hanged Man for a long time where it felt like you were working, but not much had changed on this scene. Well, you were changing. You were working through something, and you hit milestones and accomplishments, not just at work, but within your personal self. Okay? Again, I'm looking at an earth sign. Your process is a little different. Where you can make yourself secure in one area, other parts of you follow. It's good. I like this. I like your steadiness. All right? So again, I want you to enjoy yourself right now. The Star. Your strengths. You believe in having a vision. Excellent. I wish more people did. Not just making their dreams come true. I mean, having a vision, having a goal, believing in things that are higher than you and reaching for them. Okay? The Hierophant is what we commit to. But the Star, okay, is what guides us. All right? That's what we kind of believe in on the inside. Something to reach for, something to glow for, something to desire that is higher than ourselves. And you believe in that. You're saying it's a big source of strength for you. You believe in yourself, your goals, your visions, and they're a driving source for you to do better always, to be part of something always, to be part of something meaningful always. Okay? I love that. So what it is you deeply desire, that's up to you. The point is, it's a point of navigation for you, and it does well for you. Okay? It makes you a driver, makes you a go-getter. All right. It allows you to accomplish goals too. Okay? Because you have a bigger goal in mind. 8 of Wands in your environment. Some communications happening there. Okay? You opening up, putting yourself out there in some way. You receiving it, back and forth, a little bit of both. Sure, why not? It's in the environment. It goes back and forth. Absolutely. 4 of Wands in the hopes and fears. Some sort of relationship Once more, it's two people define it, so I don't know how you defined it with this, but we hope it's something. We hope it shapes up. We hope it has meaning and significance. We're afraid it may not. So I feel like that communication and that Four of Wands are linked, and not absolutes. It's just hopes and fears. What's going on inside of us? Okay, it's interesting. You went from a period of I'm working, but myself personally, I'm thinking about things, and now you're waking up. You kind of shift into this manageable neutral gear, excuse me. And then I see you reaching for something. You say it means something to you. You're talking specifically. And Four of Wands in the hopes and fears, that's not a coincidence. So we hope it shapes up into something recognizable, right? We hope it's stable. And the Six of Cups in the outcome. Yeah, you got a precious connection there, a soul bond. There's a good flow there. All right? There is a good flow. Now, just to be clear, Six of Cups aren't always intimate relationships, and not all intimate relationships are soul bonds, But this one clearly has a mix of some very interesting, powerful elements, okay? And they're important to you. I like that. I like how you're allowing yourself to feel these things, get out of Hanged Man. Things are good. You reassure yourself. Things are good, Virgo. We've got the energy to spare. Let's do it. Okay. And I see you reaching for something that's personal. Okay. And it feels good. You've got the space for it. You gave yourself time, patience. All right. And I'm also reflected now here in Sagittarius season. Yes. All right. Let's get some advice for Virgo. Not that you need it. You're doing quite well on your own. But still. I like where you are. You like where you are. I like that. Bare minimum, whoever that is. Deeply bonded to. We have meaningful conversations with this one. Okay? Knights of Pentacles. The World. Knights of Swords. Two knights meeting over a world. What's that? Page of Swords. King of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Contemplation of cycles, action towards them, opposing actions and aligned actions. What does that mean? Two approaches to that cycle. Two approaches to that cycle, literally. Meeting halfway. Would that be a shared experience? Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, Five of Wands. We're afraid of a fight, retaliation. Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, and there it is again. You see that division? Look at that division. Look at that division. So you are uniquely bonded to this person. I can tell you this right now. We ain't got time for this today, but I would love I would love to do an in-depth on this one. Okay, I understand. Two knights approaching that world. Do they have a mutual shared interest? Meet me halfway. I'll try opening that door if you do. Or if you close it, I'll close it too. Okay. One person, the fear of anger or fight or reprisal. We don't really know. Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, the self, the sense of invested self is so much higher, but it is an actual concern for somebody in their mind's eye. There's no guarantee. It's a very low functioning fear. Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, and there it is again. Will you meet me halfway? Under new. I'll open the door if you open the door. My new will meet your new. I'll try if you try. Yeah, there you are, darling. This is where I like to remind people, tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. Look, you got this thing called life, dearly beloved. We gather here today for this thing called life. What is it? Yeah, of course that was Prince. You know, you're doing this thing called life really well. I see where you did a hanged man for a while that's coming to a close. You're making this beautiful comeback of the self, but it's done so in a very appropriate, healthy way. Knights of Wands, Nine of Cups. You've been detached from that personal sense of self-interest for a while. You're making a comeback. Your world is secure, so much so that you shift gears downwards into neutral, Seven of Pentacles, so you can open up to something that's important to you. So that means you're making space. Okay? I see that it's important. I see communication, the potential of it, bounce back and forth. Okay, Four of Wands, 2. Six of Cups, 2. Equal. 2. 2. One person worried about, are they going to like cuss me out though? So, are they going to have a fight with me? Where'd the Page of Swords go? You little guy. Oh no, the little guy did. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. So, you know, I think cause a fight, cause a stink. Well, you know, what can be gained is that the higher value though? So ultimately, I don't know who does the thing. I don't know. It looks like it's being knocked around between two people fairly equally, but it is your reading. So I'm trying to default to you. It's just you may not know. You may not know it's kind of within their energy too. So, but that's why I'm here to tell you. It seems to be within their energy too. So it's not really about who does what first. I don't know. For some people, that's important. It's not about who, but you know that you're Virgo. Sometimes there is such a thing as a finish line, and it's important. Who reaches that finish line first? That finish line first. But this is more about, will two people meet each other at that finish line, then perhaps start a new, however you want to do it, a new race, a new something. So, I mean, if you're going to be at the finish line, maybe I'll be there too, you know. And then maybe we can create a new starting line. Okay, action. Yeah, so, you know, action for the beginnings here, new beginnings, re-beginnings, courage. It does take courage. For some of you specifically, all that aside, Virgo might be your Jupiter placement, FYI, in which case very lucky and or advantageous for you at this time. But yeah, action. Action, courage. Pluto. Transformation. Dark night of the soul. Some Scorpio, you might have some Scorpio in your chart. Last Scorpio season might have been of influence to you. And then also Pluto for some of you might be a Virgo placement. But dark night of the soul. A huge transformation around the more difficult energies. The moon stuff. Lots of insight there. Feeling of that too. Okay. Acting on what we know now. Not how things used to be. Okay. And that's ultimately true. That's what counts. We have letters F, O. Okay. The owl in reverse. Perhaps not seeing things just yet. Clarity, insight, but maybe in time. Okay. And then we have the dragon, sign of Aries. You might have some very strong Aries in your chart. It could be connected to. The season might be important to you. Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, what's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on? Show me Capricorn. Three of Swords. Crossing. Nine of Wands. Yeah. I wouldn't want to deal with that either. I know. We'll get there. Hold on. Queen of Swords is at your crown. Past is the Ten of Wands. Exiting is the Knight of Wands. Good. Page of Pentacles. Good. We'll take that. Strengths, King of Pentacles. Yep. Environment, the Magician. Good. Hopes and fears, the King of Cups. And the outcome is the Chariot. Good. You will move past this, I promise you. Nobody wants to deal with it, honey. Nobody wants to deal with that Three of Swords, and I am sorry, and I am sympathetic. That is heartbreak. Nine of Wands, you're trying to push against it. Like, get out of here, heartbreak. I don't have any room for you. Get out of here. I don't want to feel you. Get out of here with your bullshit. I don't want heartbreak. But that's not working. You know it's not working. You just know. You know it's not working. Trying to deflect the pain is not working. Trying to deny the pain is not working. You know that. You're not guarding your heart. You're trying to deny the pain so it doesn't hurt more. It's going to hurt more the more you continue to deny it. So acknowledge it. Queen of Swords. Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Capricorn, our heart's broken. Okay. Fine. Have it your way. You dick. I know. I know. Yeah, and that's a very normal reaction to pain is anger. Just no. You know, there is no heart to break. That doesn't sound right. No, there was a heart to break. Right. But that immediate reaction is just... it's what we feel sometimes. We think it makes the pain easier, but really it's just another form of denial. Acknowledge it. Queen of Swords. Acknowledge it. Okay, Capricorn, heart's broken. Ain't that a bitch? Yes, it is. Ten of Wands. Then the past is heavy. It weighs on you. Knight of Wands is exiting. That sense of positivity, enthusiasm for this is over. It weighs on you too much, so keep that in mind. Just keep it in mind. Guys, you know, when your lightest of joys and enthusiasms can be smothered, Ten of Wands, and it gets to that point of heartbreak, and it hurts, and I can't keep carrying this, that's real pain. You have every right to feel it. Okay? And it's Knight of Wands. It is one phase past the page. Simple joy and enthusiasm. Organic feeling. It moves fast. It's light. It's supposed to. The Ten of Wands. Ugh. There was no more joy to be had in continuing to carry this. Remember that. Remember that when you're busy giving yourself so much shit for heartbreak. It was unbearable. Okay? So be glad you listened to that. You don't need to push back on yourself so hard. Allow yourself to admit it. Okay, my heart was broken. My expectations here specifically hurt. I was excited for this, and why? I had enthusiasm for this, and why? I carried it for so long, and why? Because you're Capricorn. That's why. It's all right. It's okay. You're saying it now, and I'm glad you're saying it. You're acknowledging it. You're admitting it. You're admitting it to yourself. This hurt. Okay? The circumstances sucked. That's it. That's all you gotta say. It sucked. Page of Pentacles before you. There you go. Ask the spirit. A little bit more of that, Capricorn. It's like, okay, well, maybe I can do something else. Okay. Okay, we'll take that. I'll take that for you. A little bit of something else. It's coming up soon for you on the bridge. So your immediate future. A little something you can put yourself into. Take it from there. See what happens. King of Pentacles is your strengths after all. It's natural. When in doubt, Capricorn, invest in yourself as you should. Okay? Invest yourself a little more. Pay a little more attention to you. Take care of you. You'll be all right. You're good at it. Trust that instinct. The Magician's in your environment. At some point, you get real comfortable, though, because then you're like, I'm going to start asking for more now. So I'm curious to see what you're manifesting, because that is a really strong declaration when it shows up in the environment, because that suggests then that you have direct access to this manifestation. That means you're aware of it. You're asking for it in your environment. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what that is. It will. You might show me, you may not. King of Cups, in the hopes and fears, kind of gives you away a little bit. Not in a bad way. It's not like I'm pointing, you just gave yourself away. You know, it's kind of there. It pokes around to the idea, to the suggestion. King of Cups in the hopes and fears. You're manifesting in your environment love. To be open to love, to give and receive with one's full heart. You know, no wishy-washy bullshit, no takesy-backsies, no passion that fizzles out and burns out and exhausts you. And love, like real mature, claiming love. The Chariot is in the outcome. I see you moving forward. Okay, so that suggests you have a direction to move forward in. The Chariot always has somewhere to go. Ideally, it does. It doesn't just sit still. We got Hanged Man for that shit. We got Three of Wands. We got Four of Pentacles. The Chariot suggests movement. Did your energy pick back up? You excited again? All right. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please, for Capricorn. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Tub thumping, Chumbawamba. Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that little instinct of yours, like, this is probably bullshit anyway. Yeah, it didn't feel too authentic, did it? That's going to be a big thing for you, Earth signs. And the reason why I'm not defaulting to a brand new career opportunity or work, because you're an Earth sign, you tend to take that Ace of Pentacles very seriously. Earth signs, in my experience, tend to pack a whole lot into that, okay? Because overall you're concerned with long-term investment. Is it the real deal, yes or no? And that can include your emotions. That can include your spiritual self, your mental self. And you had doubts from the beginning. This probably is not a legit offer. This is probably not a legit new beginning. Silly Capricorn. Why did I think it would be? Well, it did something for you. It seemed to cause more grief than anything else, but it did something for you. I don't think it was just passion. But somehow you got wrapped up in it. You got wrapped up in it enough for it to hurt you. But it doesn't seem like your real emotions were involved, and part of you knows that. Part of you know this wasn't the real deal, and that's why you showed me the King of Cups and the hopes and fears. You want it to be real. You really do. You are worth the investment, so invest in you first. Manifest from the heart, okay? And you shouldn't have any problem investing in the real deal. The way you have no problem investing in yourself, identifying the real deal, shouldn't be a problem either. So whatever this is, I don't know. Guys, rack it up to experience, but not a loss. Okay? That one's not a loss. Call it experience if you must. Five of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think there was much to build on either. No, but for some reason it still looks like it was exhausting. Let some time pass, fast forward, the Lovers, okay. King of Cups, Queen of Swords, and that's your next match. Yeah, I mean, it's there. You asked. You asked. I like to see when. It's a little further out than I can see here today. But you want the real deal? You knew this wasn't it? Nothing to write home about. Wasn't blowing your skirt up. But for some reason, I know that's an old expression. It's very crude, but maybe that's why I like it. It's a bit naughty. It also gets to the point. But yeah, no, that's you knew, but somehow you still got hurt despite knowing. That's okay. Again, rack it up to experience, not a loss. It doesn't look like too much was invested in this, thank goodness, other than your energy, which is an investment, of course, as you see and feel for yourself. That was an energetic investment of some type. Reality-wise, not so much. Okay, that's all right. Wheel of Fortune, let time pass, and then I see that hope and fear. It's just a reflection of who you are on the inside. You very much want the real thing. Give it time. A very strong connection for you. I don't know when, though. That one needs a little bit more space. A little bit more space on the line to reel that one in. Okay? I'm not telling you to wait. No, by all means, live life. Actively manifest. Invest in yourself. You got a lot to do in the meantime. Freedom, leap of faith, Uranus. For some of you, Capricorn might be your Uranus placement, but opportunities. Yes, I know. Rejoice that you have opportunities. Again. Rejoice in the fact that you are going to be feeling the Fool soon enough. That sense of liberation, freedom. Oh, thank God I didn't get too involved in that. Thank God I didn't go too far down that rabbit hole. Yeah, no, absolutely. Big success and sense of codependent. I know. You get associated with all the negative cards. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, big success you are, or no doubt. If you're not already, you're on that path. And also big success in your goals here. Okay. All right. When the time is right. We have H, J, Y, and 2 N's. And then we have the medallion of Libra. Okay, you might have some very strong Libra in your chart, could be connecting to, or the season might have been important to you. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, what's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio. Okay, at present, Queen of Swords, crossing, 5 of Wands, crowning, 6 of Cups, past is the 2, exiting as the Lovers, before you is the Empress. Okay, sensitive, yes, strengths, Queen of Pentacles, yeah, in your environment, 4 of Wands, okay, 2 of Wands in the hopes and fears, outcome is the Star. You keep on keeping on, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. That's a rough opening, though. You know how I often say, you get to choose their own level of participation. Like, oh, I'm choosing real carefully. About something here that causes you conflict. Queen of Swords, you got your full attention on it, at least at present. This seems to have happened very recently. If it hasn't happened yet, we're on the verge of it. It's not a threat. But you interpret it that it does need your attention. And, you will not have conflict. However, you're not going to mince words either. So yeah, something here, 5 of Wands crosses you as potential conflict. And conflict in love specifically. I got a lot. Honey, you're surrounded by it. It's like a dial. Look at all that. Crowning you, 6 of Cups, past 2, exit the Lovers, before you the Empress. You're surrounded by love. But it seems that there is an energy here that's popping up that could cause you conflict, and you don't want to deal with that conflict, but at the same time, you understand you might have to speak your mind. Okay? So again, you're choosing your level of participation when it comes to the potential of aggression very carefully. Very carefully with that Queen of Swords. Very carefully. Yeah, but something's coming up in terms of conflict because you're surrounded by love. You actively have love. Let me make that clear. I'm looking at Scorpio. You have all the love you could ever want. It surrounds you. You have unique bonds. You have loving bonds. You have all sorts of bonds. And then I see you have someone in your life that's VIP as well. So you have 6 of Cups at your crown. The people who are important to you, they're always with you. They're always on your mind. And I always have to qualify. Soul bonds don't have to be persons of intimacy. It's whoever you're deeply bonded to and you share a history with. You have a unique bond with them. So that can arrive. Family, friends, kids, whatever. That 6 of Cups, they're special to you and they're at your mind all the time. It's like a big part of who I am is connected to these people. Okay? And it's multi-directional at this point. So your bonds are important to you. They're on your mind. They're in your heart. 2 of Cups is in the past. You used to share one. You ought to know, right? I don't mean that in a mean way, but you would know. Literally, you would know. You used to share a loving bond with a lover. Is something here that you said, I love this person. The Lovers. They're exiting. Okay. But the influence is still there in some way. And it puts you in conflict because there's those who are always on your mind and always in your heart, and those who you say belong in the past. And that's why you're showing me tension. I think it's because it's just like, oh yes, I love them. But they're also in the past. You acknowledge your feelings for them. That's being truthful and honest. I do. Yes, I care about them. I care about them. But they're not an influence in my life. And they're not supposed to be. But I love them. For my part, you're saying in the past, as I acknowledge it, I love them. I was very honest about that. And you said, you even said, that's my strong person. That's my strong connection. That's my lover. That's my special person. The person. Okay? You're saying that can't cause you conflict now. And you don't want that in your life. So if you need to sort it out, you will. But you'd rather avoid conflict if you can. Because it's like, this is my focus. These people who are at my crown, and then the Empress, you have a VIP in your life, someone who represents importance, empowerment, love, unconditional love. Like I said, you're surrounded by it. You're at the heart of all this love, so I know that you are deeply loved. Okay? You don't just give it, you receive it. It's beautiful. You're at the heart of all this. You know? You have many people in your life that love you, and they're deeply bonded to you. But you have one person here who is a VIP, and you have an extraordinary life with. And it's unfolding in that direction, or it has been for some time. So no, you're not gonna give much room to a voice that started to fade a long time ago. Okay? So you don't want there to be any conflict, and if you need to be firm with it, you'll be firm with it. All right? But it's kind of like, oh, that one? I don't know if it's like someone I used to know type situation. All you showed me with respect. I love them. It's in my past. I acknowledge my past. I accept my past. But their influence has exited, or it's been exiting for a long time. It does not need to be raising its voice. It might be... Five of Wands in terms of competition is my least favorite interpretation. It's more easily seen and interpreted in intimate tarot. In real life, conflict, and you can have outstanding conflict with anybody. And given that everything else is in a positive forward position, and this one's behind you, there's only one person it could qualify for. Okay? So I'm not necessarily seeing it as competition, but a clashing point of view of what's in your present and in your future versus what should be in your past. Okay? So I'm not saying competition. But it's a voice that should be behind you. Okay? I don't see you entertaining it. And then, like I said before, the Empress is beautiful. Everything else after that is golden ticket energy. So I just want you to take that, run with it, don't look back, right? You know who you are. Queen of Pentacles is your strengths. You take a great deal of strength in someone who knows their self-worth. And that's everything. Because you know your self-worth, I don't see you allowing the voice of the past. And I grant you it's a very strong voice of the past. Very strong. If things had played out differently, that would have been the voice, no doubt, you would have liked to have had in your present life, but that's not how things worked out. Okay, these are the voices that matter now. Yours, above all. Again, everything begins with the self. So this, above all, to thine own self be true. You are your best investment. Because you invested in yourself, you connected to the right people who saw you as being a worthy investment too. They chose you. This person, these people, they chose you. You made good choices. Okay? Continue to make those good choices. You're very strong. Self-worth, what's right for me and mine, because Queen of Pentacles has that lovely blanket coverage of home. So you're showing me I make good investments for me and mine. And you have a lot of yours. Okay, this is not yours and theirs. It's just you showing me everybody is important to you. Four of Wands in your environment. Yeah, you got a healthy relationship here. Beautiful, supportive. Huge quality of life is present. Like huge quality of life and unconditional love is present. Yeah, there's not much space for old voices, even if they're strong ones. But yeah, Four of Wands in your environment. Two of Wands in the hopes and fears. That's pretty low. You're not too worried about it, which is good. You know you made good choices for you. You made a good investment. Yeah, You hope that you made the appropriate decisions in reflecting on this. You're afraid you may not have. Okay. You're fine. Okay. You wouldn't allow for this to have too much room. I don't know why it popped up. Perhaps they'll show me on advice. And then the stars in the outcome. You're living your dream. It was one of your many dreams, I have no doubt. But this was a big star for you. What you have here, this quality of life that they keep emphasizing, this quality of life, you could have only gotten it staying on this path, making these choices, choosing from a space of self-worth. So that tells me then, that reflection of the hopes and fears, once upon a time, as strongly as this spoke to you, it may not have been a good choice in self-worth if you had continued to stay with it or pursue it. Okay? So while you freely admitted, yes, I loved it, that doesn't mean it was a good representation of my worth. This is, however, you're living your dream every day and you will continue to do so. Reach for it, desire it, hold it above all. You know, this is higher than you, but you are directly at the heart of it. All right, let's get some advice, please. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you and your person. You chose each other well. What they see in you, right? You see in them. I'm not saying you're happy every day. I'm saying you're secure. You're loved. You're warm. You have someone in there who's like you. They mirror it back to you. Okay? You share a vision. The people who are nearest and dearest to you are with you at all times. Okay? Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles. I am sorry. I mean, it's beautiful, but I'm sorry. And yeah, I mean, there it is again, in your strengths, protective of me and mine. I prosper, I invest in myself first, and others flourish because I make good decisions. I make good investments. There's somebody here sees that Knight of Swords. It's a little blunt, but okay. Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, rushing in with a kind of communication or action around a friendship, but a loving sort of friendship. Specifically, the willingness to work, connect, find common ground, shared interest. Take action in that way. So it comes from the heart, which is lovely. But it moves in fast, and I don't know why there's so much speed on it. Three of Pentacles, a rush of friendship and agreement to cooperate, to get along, to build on something, to work on something maybe. Maybe it's nervousness I'm seeing there with the Knight of Swords. I don't quite know. But it comes from a space of love. But no, you're not available to that. If you had asked me, well, no, if I'd asked you, Scorpio, what kind of love was this? It's like, oh, that was a lover. That wasn't a friend. As someone who comes forward now, offering some kind of space to be friends but love each other, take it from there. I don't know. No, I'm sorry, I don't see it, neither do you. Why now? Shit. Who knows, honey? Why now? The Empress. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, see? That person in your life that works so hard. Yeah, they say he was working so hard. No. And stress and anxiety, think about them all the time. No. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. They work so hard to provide that stability, that way of life. It's grown. No, there's nothing here that anything other than thriving and support and community and connectivity and the prosperity of it all. And the efforts between two people to show each other unconditional love. There's just no way this could ever... Yeah, so somebody comes rushing in, long story short, with an offer here to cooperate, get along, be friendly, but from the space of love, Ace of Cups. Look what it's up against. Okay. Judgment, why? Timing. I saw that briefly. Just briefly. Timing. I don't know who that is to you, but yeah, you're not going to have the competing voices. So you're either going to address it very briefly or perhaps not at all. But you kind of put that voice behind you. Once upon a time, perhaps it had the opportunity to be with you in this way, but that's not the opportunity that was taken. Okay? You have a very functioning, high-functioning way of life with somebody. You showed me the emphasis on love, instability, and dream building. Teamwork makes the dream work. They showed me we have all this because of each other. Okay. All right. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups twice. It's the first time in a long time, I think. Not the first time, but in a long time maybe, that I didn't see it directly tied to your heart space. Ace of Cups is our master symbol. It's not your heart, it's someone else's twice. Distance, dark night of the soul. Whomever that lover is, they've been at a distance from you for a long time. A retreat, a time out, addressing the dark night of the soul. So I'm glad they made the space so that I am. And perhaps this is someone who realizes their feelings much too late. I don't know why the Knight of Swords. I don't know what that rush is about. I don't know why it kind of comes in clumsy, so I'm defaulting to it's nervous. But Three of Pentacles, it's the offer to work through things or be friends through love. All you can do is think about what you have and everything that you have. And it wouldn't be here if it weren't for the absence of that. Someone wasn't ready to put their heart on the line back in the day. Okay. I know this, you won't put up with the competing voices, okay? P, G, Z, and N. You might have some very strong Capricorn chart, could be connecting to, or the upcoming season might be important to you. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me, Pisces. Okay. Present day. Knight of Swords. Crossing. Four of Wands. Crowning. Five of Cups. I knew I was going to say that. Queen of Wands in the past. Exiting. Page of Cups. Okay. Before you, Knight of Wands. Progress. All right. Three of Swords. Strengths. We'll talk about that. Ace of Swords in the environment. Two of Cups and the hopes and fears, and the outcome is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. It is weird. Before I started to reading, I heard distinctly from Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, leave my loneliness unbroken. In other words, don't bother me. I'm mourning. I'm in grief right now. I heard that so distinctly. I had half a mind to say, I was like, but why? There's no context for it. And there it is. I was like, I'm going to see the Five of Cups. I'm going to see the Five of Cups at Pisces Crown. And there it is. And your opening, Knight of Swords. Busy, right? Communication, action, communication, action. It looks like you're trying to address something. Four of Wands, a relationship sideways. It's kind of like, is it in or is it out? What's going on here? And you're trying to address it. Knight of Swords tends to be the most upfront of the knights. Communication, action, communication, action. These are my thoughts. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Four of Wands, sideways. Is this a relationship or what? Answer that question. answer. I mean, again, can be quite perfunctory, Knight of Swords. So my least favorite in handling emotions, but I think that just kind of speaks to where the situation is right now. Again, what's going on? Answer the question. Are we in something? Yes or no? In or out? How are we defining this from this point forward? So you're showing me I want an answer. I want it clearly defined. I want it laid out. Give me something to work with. I need definitions. I need language. I need actions. And you're hurt. Five of Cups is at the crown. You don't want to lose this one. You don't. It hurts. Five of Cups is at your crown. It's like all the past disappointments weighing up on you in present day. It's like, I don't want this to be one more thing I cry over. Yeah, real talk, respect. I don't want this to be one more thing in my history. I don't want to regret this. You just want to know what you're working with. Be honest, right? Be honest. What's going on? Is this a relationship or not? Are we working on this or not? Okay. The past, Queen of Wands, exiting, Page of Cups. Yeah, how you used to feel about this was real different. In the past, you had a lot more confidence towards this. I understand. It used to fire you up in all the right ways, too. Fiery, passionate. Your energy used to be all on board with this one. You might actually have a fair amount of fire in you, your chart. Yeah, Queen of Wands in the past. Something used to get you all fired up. Page of Cups on the exit. You feel very differently now. A little bit of positivity and enthusiasm would set you to rights in this situation, but it feels like it's been a long time since you were able to feel that good that easily for this relationship. Once more, it's two people define it. Okay. Before is the Knight of Wands. You have a little bit of an energy boost there. Okay. Something that helps you feel better. Gives you a little bit more sense of direction. So it looks like in some way this gives back to you and it makes you feel positive. Okay, fine. I'm more concerned with long-term output. So I'm glad that you feel better soon. I'm glad to see that your energy lightens up. It tells me you give some sort of positive feedback here. But I'm more concerned with the long term, okay? And I think you are as well, all right? Three of Swords is in your strengths. You're saying you can handle it, you just need to know. I can handle it, I just need to know. I can handle rejection, I just need to know. I can handle heartbreak, I just need to know what I'm working with. And to be fair, that's all you wanted to know is from the beginning. What about this? What about us? Is there us? I just need to know. Again, honesty. We're dealing with swords here. Is this even a relationship or is this something else I have to regret? So, I'm glad to see you have some lightness there. Something gave you some positivity. And while I agree with you that Three of Swords is the strength, it can also be a weakness, okay? Can be a little too sensitive to heartbreak, all right? A little too accepting of it. So, I'm defaulting towards that Swords there. Again, I see it, Ace of Swords in the environment. I just need to know what I'm working with. You want absolutes. You want definitions. You want lines drawn in the sands. Just tell me the truth. It's true. Is there an us? I don't know what it is that you're seeking because I see emotional validation swinging in both directions of this is going to hurt me, I'm going to be miserable, and this is the only thing that can save me and make me feel better. So I want you to know what your truth is. What is the truth you're seeking from this? Because I see your emotions swing from one direction to the other. All right? So if you're given the truth, if you earn the truth with this person you two figured out, make sure that's absolutely what you're looking for in terms of that mental security. What is it that you need to know, and is it being satisfied? You need to know what that is. All right? For yourself, what is that definition? What is that boundary? What is it that you are needing clarity on? All right? Because I see When you press, you get some feedback. Makes you feel up, it makes you feel down, but are you given the absolutes that you need? Okay? Or does it feel like you're kind of flitting around from emotion to emotion with this person? In which case it's emotional drama, not the reassurance you need. Two of Cups and the hopes and fears, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You very much hope they feel like you do. That this between you two is fair and reciprocated. You're afraid it may not be. So what absolutes are you looking for? It's more than love, guys. It's more than love. I think you've been reassured that you're loved many times. I don't think that's the issue. It's like they say, oh, I love you, Pisces. Is that it? Is that the only problem? No. You've been reassured of that. In some way, your energy has been reassured. I see that because it turns positive and then it turns down again. So what are you looking for? You need to know that. Not me. You. You for yourself. What are you looking for? And how are you asking for it from the situation? What is that thing you're looking for? Five of Pentacles is in the outcome, and then it comes down again. It doesn't feel secure. Emotionally, it doesn't feel secure. And 3D, it doesn't seem to be secure. It seems to still be crumbling. So I see something lightening you, and then it comes down again. What are you looking for? Because you're truth seeking for this relationship in some way, but you're not getting what you need. So it's a little bit more than I love you, Pisces. You've had that, I think. I mean, where it counts, are you two the same? What are you looking for? What is it that you need to know? You say, I just need to know. I just need to know. What is it that you just need to know? And have you told them? That's it. And if you're sitting there, right there at the keyboard, screaming, yes, I've asked them point blank, this, that, and the other, why are you still confused? Maybe it's because you weren't told what you wanted to hear or received the absolute validation that you think you needed. What is going on? Are you getting mixed signals? Yes, Pisces, I want to keep the relationship. Yes, Pisces, I still love you. But then there's a lack of action. A lack of resonating truth, like they're not really in it. It's half-hearted. Well, you still have an answer, okay? It's just not the one you wanted to hear. So keep that in mind. Half-truths or a bitch, right? Because, yes, I can see where they give you something to work with. That means they're in it. There's that freaking Five of Cups again. Four of Cups. Oh, my God. This is out of control, guys. This is too much. Five of Cups, Four of Cups, Seven of Swords. You know there's more to it. You feel it. There's an emotional dissatisfaction there. It's like they're giving you some reassurance that yes, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. This is one of the problems I have with collective readings. I'm trying to streamline it to you, but because you keep pointing them or the situation out to me, all the emotions are coming up. I really don't want to focus on them or they. I really don't. I'm doing my level best to keep Celtic cross about the collective energies. All you're showing me is that I'm not satisfied. But I am. They give me something, but it's not what I need. So what is it? If you don't have absolute conviction of what they're telling you, then you have an answer. It's just not the one you want. This is... Are we together, yes or no? Yeah, Pisces, we're together. We're together. Yes, I love you. I will see you next week. So technically, you heard what it is that... you needed to hear. You technically heard what you wanted to hear. But is it true? Right? You still have an answer. It's just not the one you want. Okay, I feel like you're going in and out with this one. So it's mixed signals, half-hearted mental and emotional reassurances. It's just, if you want more conviction from this person and they're not giving it to you, You have the answer you need. It still feels broken to me. And even then, I looked down and I saw that freaking Five of Pentacles again. There it is again. Guys, I feel like you're fighting for something that's not there. Okay. The world is that Five of Pentacles again. This is barely functioning. And I know that you have moments of joy, partial joy, moments of joy with it, but they don't last long. Okay. That's where I see that lift. And then it comes down again. You don't feel secure in this. Please take that as your answer. Not whatever it is they are not saying. Maybe they just don't know themselves. Maybe they don't know what the hell they want. Point is that you're picking up on it. Regardless. Listen to that. You're picking up on it. You're telling me you're in this, but you're not here. Okay? You have the answer. You do. You have the answer. All right? Sorry, this is one of those readings I was telling you about at the opening. If this is not where you're at, if this is not what you want to hear, file it away for another day or don't at all. Or better yet, if you know it's not your reading, then don't take it. I got so much kickback from your in-depth reading. It was really simple. The biggest complaints were from folks describing something that wasn't even their reading. But for those of you who you feel it, you see it, you know you're in a relationship where it's dipping in and out and highs and lows, where they're reassuring, they're talking to you, but at the same time you're not reassured. You have the answer. The thing is what it is that you want them to tell you what you're suspecting or feeling on the inside. They haven't gotten to that conclusion yet, so how can they tell you? People cannot own up to what they don't understand in themselves. They haven't met that side of themselves yet. Okay? So guys, don't force yourself to continue to settle for something that's barely functioning. Spiritual awakening, yes, please. You be the enlightened one here, please. Summer, runner, counsel therapy. Have you been experiencing like a runner-chaser dynamic since last summer? Okay, with the runner-chaser dynamics, spiritual awakening, counsel, and therapy, one of you might have become enlightened. That doesn't mean the other person did. So again, they cannot own up to what they do not understand. Okay, if someone's chasing, okay, that means they most likely have the knowledge, right? But they're not using it correctly for themselves. They're still chasing the runner. The runner doesn't want the knowledge. They don't want the knowledge. They'd have to stand still long enough in order to accept it. So the chaser then becomes the responsible party. They have to stop chasing. Okay? I see you pursuing something you already have the answer to. So once more, it's either yours or it's not. We have the medallion of Libra and Cancer. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. And then we have the owl in reverse. Yeah, we're not saying this. They're not saying it. And you're still seeking reassurances when maybe you know you should stop. That's just another form of chasing. That is the form of chasing. I need reassurances from it so that you and I are still a thing. Why are you still asking that? You know. We have the letters Q, Z, K, U, and T. All right. Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. And like I said, hey, man, if you're not in that space, don't worry about it. Check your other placements or turn it off or go watch something else. You know? It's okay. This is for the person who needs to see it. That's the whole point. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, what's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. Yeah. All right. At present. Oh, the Hanged Man. Yeah. Oh, the Full Crossing. Well, I like that. I like that. Yeah, Knight of Cups is at your crown. In the past, Ten of Wands. Good. Good, good, good. May it stay there. Page of Cups is exiting. All right. Before you, Ten of Cups, beautiful, much better, much more comfortable. Okay, very nice. All right, strengths, the Tower. Okay. Environment, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, all right. Hopes and fears, the Chariot, you. All right. Outcome is the Lovers. Yeah, you're going to be okay. Yeah, I knew there was more to play than that. Don't get me wrong. You've been in a kind of space of upside down for a while now with the Hanged Man and the Fool's Crossing. You're starting to feel the stirrings of waking up in a spiritual way, wanting to come out of your cocoon phase. A kind of fresh energy there. A chance to hit the reset button, if you will. The process isn't fully complete, but it's almost done. You're almost there. Okay? But it's nice. For the Cancer I'm looking at, you've been away for a while. Quiet. Just kind of spiritually seeking to your own needs and seeing to your own needs right now and evolving. It's beautiful. Knight of Cups is at your crown. Yeah, there's a softening in you. You'd like to open up, express yourself, let Cancer be Cancer again. You know? Once more, the Knights are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviors. And you're feeling the stirrings of waking up, expressing yourselves, getting some emotion out there, right? Flexing those Cancerian muscles. Ten of Wands is in the past, Page of Cups is on the exit. Man, it feels like for a long time you just weren't able. You just weren't able. It's unusual, but it happens. Ten of Wands in the past, so much heaviness. Feeling like you could be open, available, vulnerable at all. Even in the smallest ways, Page of Cups, it seemed like an impossible task to you not too long ago. You can actually remember for yourself that time where it seemed like any sort of emotional conveyance, any sort of emotional expression was like a burden on you. It was a taxing situation. It's just heavy all the time, tired all the time, weighed down all the time. It was really hard for you to access a positive space. Yeah. So I can kind of see why you went into Hanged Man. And you've been there long enough to gain perspective and rest on the issue, particularly spiritual rest. And it did wonders for you. Because you're feeling softer these days, lighter. More able and capable and desiring of expressing yourself. Okay? I love it. I like that. Gently waking up. Goodness me. It looks like you were emotionally burned out for a while. Before your Ten of Cups, good. That should be your first stop. Surround yourself with those who are important. Your inner circle, family and friends. Classic choice. Make sure all is well there. I see you spending time with those folks. Stands to reason we are in holiday season. So I'm happy to see your first stop. Ten of Cups. Yay! We're going to hang out with our people and feel better and loved and supported and cared for. And you're looking forward to it. Maybe not everybody, but the people who count, you're there for. Okay? Good. I like that. I like that's your first stop. The Tower's in your strengths. You're saying, you know what, I can deal with heavy shit. I believe you. I believe you. And the people who can handle heavy shit the most, honestly, at some point, you know, you're going to meet your limit. Emotional burnout and exhaustion to the point where you find yourself saying, I just can't. So I don't know how long you're saying I just can't. But I have a feeling it's the last time you experienced a Tower. Okay? Like I said, you can handle things. Unexpected in nature, difficult, eye-opening, enlightening. Even if it's difficult, still it's enlightenment. You can handle it, you're saying. But man, you needed some recovery too. It's pretty good strength to have. Not too many people are comfortable with the Tower. Most people would rather just not know. I'd rather stick to my delusions, thank you. They're just easier. Until they're not. Until they become unmanageable. You're telling me I'd rather know things about myself than not, even if they're uncomfortable. Even if I have to have a direct influence for the universe to change things. I'd rather that happen than not. It takes a toll, though. It does. But you've processed whatever it is you needed to process. I see it. You took your time with it, that's all. You're opening up, like I said, and your first stop is to the right people. Excellent. Four of Pentacles in your environment. I have a feeling that if I were doing another reading for you and I was looking at your past, I would say something had changed radically in your environment. Kind of knocked you out for a while. Because now you're showing me I'm holding on to the parts that I recognize. I'm holding down this particular fort, and it's my fort. This is the stuff that makes sense to me. Okay. It tells me I think your environment changed radically. The last time you experienced a tower and you absorbed it well, or as good as you could, or as good as could be expected of anybody under a similar situation or circumstance. Yeah, you're saying this is my portion that remains, and that's it. I'm not making, it's the end of the day, I'm tired. I'm not looking to make any more changes in my environment. Thank you. Thank you. We're good. 4 of Pentacles. That would be my guess. Okay. The Chariot, you hopes and fears. You hope for you personally to move on. You're afraid you may not. You will. You're in the process of it right now. Give yourself some grace. You're just waking up. Okay? It's a spiritual thing. Your spirit decides when you're ready, and then your heart, and etc. All right? Like I said, if I was putting money on your reading today, if I looked at that 4 of Pentacles, I would absolutely put money that it was related to your last tower. You had a change of environment whether you liked it or not. You're showing me I'm holding down what I got. Thank you. So yeah, you've been in Hanged Man. You're waking up. It feels good. Surround yourself by those who love and care about you. Your 10 of Cups, you're going to be all right. That was a great call. Really good call. The Chariot, hopes and fears you. Yours is a little more substantial. You're worried about you. Honey, you're the Chariot. When you're ready to move forward, whatever the hell that means, right? You will. And then, you might find yourself into some unexpected places. Connections, I should say. The Lovers is in the outcome. From your point of view, you may not have seen that coming. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you might have a feeling back here at this time. But honestly, that was not your first inclination. I just see you softening in the heart, able to express yourself, whereas before you were tapped out, just like I'm tapped the fuck out. I see you over here where it makes sense. And then otherwise, you're saying your environment is your environment as you understand it. You're not trying to change it right now. You wondered, will I ever move forward? Or will I always be stuck back here? No. No. Like I said, you just started waking up. So the Lovers in the outcome, well, from my point of view, a little unexpected. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Page of Wands, Knight of Cups. Okay, you're at that space right about now. You're at the crown right about now. And it's so gentle. It's very you. It's very soft. I think I'm going to get out there and express myself. Yeah, that feels good. See? You're waking up. And if you can do that, then you can absolutely move forward. Even into new love, it seems. I'm not trying to shape in that direction. That's where it's going. That's the reading, baby. That's tarot. I don't dictate shit. It's the energies. I know where you think you're going at first. And then you keep going. And then you keep going. Your environment, you're like, no radical changes, please. Okay. I understand. I got you. The Tower seems to have hit you in that capacity last time. You don't contest it, but that doesn't mean it was easy. 2 of Pentacles. What else, please? And 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, back and forth on that breakage. It took a long time to sort the environment out after that Tower. Okay. Going back and forth about what's fair. What's fair, and breaking. Okay. Yeah, if you don't want to go there, neither do I. It's happened. It took a long time to sort that out, so I will say that. But you did get it sorted. Okay, anything else, please? Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles. It hurt. I understand it hurt. It took so much out of you. That's where that exhaustion's coming from. In the past, it took so much out of you to participate in your sort of changing landscape. It took a lot out of you. But you came out of it with a certain grace and dignity, you know. You did your level best to make it fair. Perhaps you were too fair or too generous with it, but you still remained you at the end of it all. Okay. I understand. Like I said, I'd like to get the hell away from that. But you know what? They showed me the most important thing is that you opening up right here and your first stop is family and friends, which is the way it should be. You keep going. You keep going. Right smack into a lover's connection. Ace of Cups. I don't think you intended to go there, but you do. You know, and that's some of the best journeys. And the Hierophant, commitment. Okay. I do think you're showing me, I'm sorry, your more committed self. That you believe in long-term commitment. You do. Emotional commitment, spiritual commitment. You do. That's where you'd like it to head. Eventually, you'll get there. In love and in life. How you commit to yourself and future connections, maybe. Absolutely. You want that. You still believe in that. And that's wonderful. Okay? All right, that's enough. Like I said, I don't want to keep looking at that. That's hard to look at. I see the stress. I see the stressful nights. I see what it cost you. In that environment at the tower, you absorbed it and you say, you know what, I'd rather it had happened than not. Okay? That's the truth of it. There's something about that environment that was meant to break. Dreams, messages. Some of you might be dreaming like crazy right now. Okay? Waking dreams as well. Rejection, losses in reverse, fragmented. Okay. Dreams, ideas, signals that there was no coming back from this. Okay. Dark nights of the soul, something we had to get confrontational with ourselves about. All right. You had to show yourself a lot of self-love. There's that sense of grace and dignity right there, no matter how difficult it got. You had to show yourself love. Unexpected message. Towards you? By you? I don't know. Unexpected message? Okay, I gotta stop. I was... It's nice when they're buttoned up and they're nice and tidy, but there's a lot of open-endedness in tarot as well. Okay, and that's just the way of it. But unexpected message, either by you or towards you. Okay? You will know in time. Okay. B, F, Z, Q, and U. All right, Cancer, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.